First thing this guy comes in, he comes in my house. He's like tripping. He's like, "Oh, so you've watched me for years."
Yeah, I watched you remember when it was that fitness wave, Jeff Side,
This is
Matt Ogus.
This is like 2016 shit.
Yeah. And you were the only non-corny one. Like they were trying to pick up girls and stuff. I don't want to be rude to them, but they were so cringe, bro. The fitness wave.
Yeah.
They're like, these guys are the most, I'm not going to say names because these guys are cool people, but they shredded to the bone. Serrata's showing everything, making out with a 3 out of 10 ugly ass bitch at a rave and kind of like forcing her head there and like, like kind of the creepy kind of make out. And I used to watch it. I'd be like, these guys aren't even fitness models. I was a fitness model. These guys are shredded to the bone with way more lean body mass than a fitness model. So I was like, if they look this good, how are they still just picking up ugly chicks? How the
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just like
you had the hot chicks, bro. Like when I used to fap, I'd fap to the Instagram girls you were with. And now I never go to your gym. Like every time I'm in LA, I know so many of your people go to the gym and stuff, to Zoo, and I never go to your gym because people are like, dude, there's so many girls Zherkas there that it's going to be the most awkward experience of my life.
Do you really think that? There's a ton
That's
of
what
girls.
they're telling me. They're
How do
showing
they know?
me because I show people.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I'm with you, bro.
I was like, what?
No. I mostly had Twitch gamers and shit. Those kind of girls.
So what? Like So I was talking to Sneeko. You have been doing this for a long time.
Well, not really. It's like they want to say 4 years, but I've been banned for 2 years. Like they kept perma banning me. So like every time my name was getting bigger, I would either disappear because I was like clinically depressed, or I would be perma banned. So every time they're like, like for the first week on Twitch, they hated me because I'm the first Trump channel, and Twitch was very left. It's still very left. So they hated me, and they're like, well, this guy's, he got 500,000 views. People on Twitch are talking about him. He's going to fizzle out. And I charmed this e-girl. She used to be big, but then she was getting 300 viewers. And I knew she has the check mark, the verification.
Yeah.
So I was like, everyone told me, you're never getting that check mark, no matter how many views you do or how much revenue you bring. You need to charm that girl. In my first week, and they're like, she's very hard to get and blah, blah, blah. She's kind of weird. Charm her, go to her house and go live on her channel. Because since she has the check mark, she's an e-girl, she gets platformed on the homepage. So I start flirting with her, and it all happens live. And she says, oh, come over. And she's never done that for a guy. And everyone's like, oh, look at this. And it was very evil what I was doing because she turned out to be my best friend after. But I go to her house and I skyrocket her to 9,000 viewers. And back then, XUC would get...
What year was this?
2019.
So this is like your first start in it.
Your first week on the internet. And back then, XQC would get 10,000 viewers, and it was considered crazy. Like 15,000 was considered like what people see as 100,000 today. Right? So 9,000 for me was insane. They're like, he's going to be bigger than Ninja and stuff. And Ice Poseidon, all those people who got perma banned for bomb threats, they got many warnings and stuff. Me, I did nothing, and I'm the first streamer in Twitch history to get a perma ban. Nobody knows what I did. All I said is Baga and fuck these. It's not really, you can't ban that. And for 2.5, 3 years, as they're banning me, and the biggest channels like Trainwrecks would always save my ass, and he'd pull strings to get me unbanned and stuff, because he's for the boys. I love Train to death.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope.
Yeah. For 3 years, they didn't give me the check mark, even when I was the highest paid affiliate on the platform, making more money. At one point, I had more subs than Pokimane, but I wasn't working once a week. I was working 20-hour streams every day.
Oh my God.
So I was doing like a lot.
So your first like kind of like piece into the internet was streaming straight up, or did you try anything prior?
No. I was so new to this stuff. When they banned me from Twitch, I said, okay, I don't really care, but am I banned from OBS Streamlabs? And everyone started laughing. They're like, dude, you really don't know? Or when I was on Twitch streams, I'd say, how can I see the audience? Like, I wouldn't know what a Twitch, I thought it was like this. Let's say we're collabing on Twitch. I thought I have to go to bradleymartin.com to see your chat. And I have to go to jonzherka.com to see mine. So I was just a bouncer at a nightclub. So normie, like 100% normie. I didn't know you could make money from live streaming. And I didn't know.
Why'd you want to do it?
Well, I
not because you did it just for money, but I'm saying, like, how did you know to go do it? Like, if you knew nothing about it.
Well, I didn't. I was on Omegle depressed, and I called this dude. I kept filming my Snapchats, and I would just insult people. And I called this guy a fat, ugly bitch. I told him he should kill himself. I was very toxic back then. I'm totally reformed now.
You're reformed now.
Oh yeah, now I'm making money. Right now I have to hold it down. But the guy said, "You're perfect." When I told him to kill himself, I said, "For what? What do you mean?" Like, I thought he'd be angry, and he's like, "You're perfect for this dating show." So they scouted me. They would scout people on the internet, and they're like, "Put him on." And just a week before that was my first ever prayer. I had a black eye, and I was praying in the shower, made sure my dick's not hard. I don't know how to pray, but I said, I hate my life. I'm 24 years old. I want to do that YouTube, Bradley Martyn, all that. I want to do that. Yeah. And
why did you hate your life?
Well, at that time, my best friend was stabbed to death, and he was the nice guy. He never fought anyone. And so when I saw the nicest guy in the whole city got it the worst, and the loudmouth got nothing like me, and that was the first night I didn't go out. Like every night they're like, "Yo, we're partying with," and I'd go meet them. That was the one night I'm like this, staring at the ceiling. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to go out. And I wouldn't pick up calls. And that night it happens. And I'm like, there's no justice in the world. I can either go full nihilist, do drugs, or I can come to God. And all I do is watch Speaker's Corner. That's the only content I watched. And I was like, it's New Year's. I feel it. Let's do a prayer. And I do a 10-minute long prayer. If I do it for 10 minutes, it has to be real. That was my logic. And I bought a $300 laptop to become a YouTuber, but I didn't make a YouTube channel. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to do any of this. I thought it would just magically happen. And then so I went on Omegle drinking and asking dudes on Omegle, how can I buy followers to be popular, right? And they're like, you need money for that, bro. You're broke.
Funny.
And so the guys who scouted me, they're like, we're putting you on the show, but first we want you to watch an episode, because I was late for the interview. And they're like, we're going to make you wait. I was like, I fucked this up. They made me watch an episode of XUC talking to this girl, Courtney. And they're like, this is how the format is, the dating format. And I said, who is that guy with the blonde hair? They said, that's the largest guy on the internet. I said, I've never seen, and I like XUC Felix, I know him kind of, or like we've met. He's the most boring motherfucker I've ever seen in my life, because I was used to like knives, drugs, the stuff I'd see at nightclubs. So when I saw Twitch streaming is like, it's kind of just small talk, I was like, I'm going viral. And everyone's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Nobody goes viral from one appearance. I'm like, oh, I'm going viral. And I did 500,000 views my first ever time.
Why do you think you go viral? Why do you think people, just because you don't give a fuck? Or?
Well, no, it's kind of like putting a wild beast in with some fucking penguins,
penguins.
You're going to tune into that channel. You're going to see what I do to them. But I didn't even know. I didn't do this on purpose. I had a gun next to me when I got on the show. I tried to look cool because I was very nervous, right? I was in a waiting room. And so I just pulled the gun on the girls. On the date.
Wait.
There's 4 girls dating me. I pull a gun on them.
Wait,
let me grab that.
Wait, why would you pull a gun? Hold on. Why would you pull a gun on girls? You're like, was it like they were across the internet or they were in the room with you?
Well, my bad. They're in their houses. So it's like they're I can't knock a pixel off. I can't.
Okay. So they're in a different screen. You're sharing. Okay.
But in this show, you actually have to meet them eventually at TwitchCon, go on dates, and it's like a hookup culture.
So you were on the stream and you pulled a gun.
Yeah. Well, I brandished it, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't point it at one of them. There's 4. I couldn't choose. I hated all of them. But in my head, I'm thinking it's just like an introduction. Like, what's up? Look, I wore a Trump hoodie. The first person to ever do that at the peak of like cancellation for 2019, they were banning everything Trump related. And so people were like, what the f-? And I put the gun out, and then they're like, almost kicked me off the show, but they're like, oh no, he's just brandishing it, because they wanted to pull content out of me before kicking me off. Right. And so the girls freaked out, and I'm like, okay, they all freaked out. Their anxiety spiked. I do this at the club all the time. I just have to win them over. If I win one over, the others will look stupid. If I win the girls over, I'll be a sensation. People f- with me. I can start making a living from this. And I won one of the girls over, and really, I had a chance to all of them.
Did you?
No, they're friends. I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, that was my introduction. I never knew what Twitch was. I didn't think you could go live for longer than an hour. I thought it was an Instagram thing. So I didn't know you could sit there and just make money all day. So when they said, my first week on Twitch, everyone's like, put a donation button. I was like, I don't need it because I'm lonely. I'm damn near about to kill myself. I just want the 2,000 viewers, spamming Osama in my chat and like, you're the best. And I just wanted the
attention.
Yeah. I was willing to buy followers for some extra attention. So when it was real, I just want to kick it with them. Then I saw they donate to other people. And I'm like hella jealous. Those are my followers. I'm like, wait, so if I don't have a donation button, you give to others? No, that I'm banning anyone who gives to these fucking losers. And then I put a donation button and it was $10,000 my first stream. And that's the first time I cried, like, whoa, the good shit. Those losers, those cucks that cry from tears of joy? It was my first time experiencing that.
Tears of joy.
Yeah. And I call my dad. He's in Europe. He doesn't give a fuck. Oh, good job. Doesn't give a fuck.
So, okay. This is hilarious. Okay. Your shit is just.
I told you, I said I'm going to give Brad the best interview because I know he's mad at me for pushing it to 6 p.m., but you don't want 3 p.m. me. You want this.
Why not 3 p.m. you?
I don't do drugs at 3.
What drugs? Are you on drugs right now?
I mean, I don't charge up. Like, I don't Red Bull. I don't do that stuff, right?
Charge up.
Yeah, like 3 p.m. would be a boring.
I feel like you take drugs. I could just tell just based on looking at your content.
I do.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
It's fine.
I never once took a drug until I was 21 years old. Didn't drink alcohol because I didn't want to do it in my Muslim parents' house, disrespect them. And I didn't want to do it out of peer pressure. So I was working at the club and I'm like, what is this bag? Right. and I knew what it was, but I'm like, if I do it at home alone, then nobody peer pressured me to do it. But check this out. It's still peer pressure. Because why am I doing it alone? To get prepared to go to a party, to look cool doing drugs, right?
Yeah.
So that was the first time I was 21 years old.
So you do a lot of things for validation of other people.
Yes. Everything in the world comes from the external. All of Brad's confidence, none of it comes from within. Zero.
Interesting.
You don't believe that?
No. Actually, I want to talk about this. This is a really interesting concept. Why do you think people do anything that they do? It's kind of along the lines of which we're going with.
You mean career?
Anything that anyone does. Like, why do we all do what we do?
I think Freud said it best that it comes from death anxiety, right? Like, not to go too far into your life, but you have some of the most motivational that has nothing to do with fitness, and it's your father passing and all that stuff that I grew up watching. And when I say grew up watching, I mean like, yeah, I'm not a young guy. I'm 29 this year, just turned 29, but I matured late. So watching you, I wasn't watching as like a 23, 24-year-old. I was literally watching as a 15-year-old brain because I didn't have the structure in my life to grow up. So people are like, oh, you watched Brad when you were 23, 24 with the mindset of a fucking teenage loser. So it was everything to me. And I don't want to go into you, but I think the reason why you don't do drugs, because I know all the behind the scenes stuff. You don't party like hard. You're always into control, staying in control, fitness. Everything is from control. And it's because you became the archetype of your father when you realize, hey, no one's coming to save me. I'm not alone. I'm going to do it myself. The thing where you went wrong is you never went to Christ, but you still did it. But it's a ticking time bomb because when you're 40, 50, 60, these thought loops, they're going to haunt you and you will come to Christ. I guarantee you within this year, especially when you see how much money I make, right?
I don't give a how much money you make.
No, you're going to see.
But I don't care.
I'm telling you, Brad, you're the only dude who never went to spirituality, but got it together, which if you think about it, there's nothing worse that could happen to a young man, right?
You think what happened to me with my father? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
You think I never went to spirituality though? Based on what? Just based on...
I watch all your content and I'm like, you never entered a temple. You never went to a church. So I'm like, what did you do to gain this strong mental health? Because let me tell you something. Nobody watching could do what you did. Like, think about a prisoner. When they're in prison, they grab a holy book and they reform. You kind of did it with like, let's just get jacked, bro. It's kind of crazy if you think about it.
It's a different. I mean, I just had a different form of meditation, different form of thought.
Well, I think subconsciously you do move like a Christian. I can't see you lie, cheat, steal. I think subconsciously you're there. Maybe you're around it as a kid. Yeah. Maybe your grandparents and stuff. I don't know. But the way you move, you're already set. You're better than me at this, right? But to me, it was so interesting. I'm like, you faced the darkest battles of your life alone. And people watching this, like, I can link this to another YouTuber. Losing your father as an adult is way different. What age did you lose him?
6.
That is way different. Psychically, you are morphed for life. I mean, the level of alone you'll feel, because 6 is right around that age, you know. And I think 11's the worst age, but doctors have said, you know, 8's the worst. And if it happens as a teenager, when they bite from the fruit of sexuality, that's when they kill themselves. But when I think about your story, I'm like, there's something you're not telling us, because you didn't really do therapy that much.
I did a little bit of therapy.
It's like a month.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in my early, I think I didn't do a ton of it. I remember going to maybe a few months of it when I was like 12. But really, the gym is the thing that saved me. There's no doubt about that.
Was there a father figure though, or a guardian?
I mean, I had a stepdad, but it was a disconnect. I had like coaches. I had people that I would go to, like even in the gym, like people that felt like they were kind of father figures to me. It was just in other places. It was like friends, parents, dads, all that kind of stuff, where I would find sort of like little pieces of information.
Like for a workout, you just see them for a workout? That's not really.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me, I'm not saying that what I did and the way that I processed it was like the most efficient. Like I probably should have gone to more therapy. I do therapy now, and it has helped me a lot now. But for me, it was like really just from a place of like pain and trying to avoid all these thoughts and like the ideas of being good enough. That's what I did. And I found the gym, and the gym was like, oh, I can do this. And the more I do this, the more I can avoid that. Oh, I'm sold. That's why I got so enamored with the gym.
This blows me away the most, because I don't want to say my best friend, but hey, I'm a bad drug dealer. I'm sleeping on couches. This dude who's close to me comes up and says, hey, you should be working security. You're in the most expensive city in the world, way worse than LA. You're drowning in debt. Come grab some shifts. You get a hazard pay. You get extra pay. Nobody wants to work with people pulling knives on them. He gets me the job. And when he was stabbed to death, I didn't do what you did, or, you know, a lot of people. Moly, blow, every drug, alcohol. I went from the most pure gamer. I was a highest ranked Dragon Knight in MapleStory in the Scania server, to the biggest degenerate in my city within a couple months. And I never noticed it. My girlfriend would be like, dude, you changed. I never noticed the change. And then when I went on my first steroid cycle, you know, Derek, more plates, more dates.
Yeah.
So he worked at the clubs I worked at, bouncing too, which is funny. He's like totally opposite from me. He's like totally straight edge, great person. But he thought I was a degenerate. We never spoke to each other. None of that. We both went different life paths. And now, you know, he's on the game. You know, he's making a lot of, he's got like 500 employees. He's the most low-key successful dude that no one talks about. But, and he saved my life, but much later. But yeah, when I was going through it, I was like, I never even realized that when I showed Derek years later, this is probably 2 years ago, I said, hey, when I was 21 or 23, when I lost my best friend, I went on to my first cycle. And he's like, what was it? I said, 2,000 milligrams trenbolone acetate.
Actually, 2,000?
I've never leaked this, so you're going to get the content, because you don't believe that I watched you for years. Watch. I'm going to give you all of it.
It sounds like you decided all the negative, dude. Like you masked it with that you shouldn't have been masking it with.
Yeah, and I was terrified because everyone downtown, Hell's Angels, the immigrant gangs, the blacks, the Somalis.
You're talking about in Miami.
No, this is Vancouver, Canada.
In Canada.
And yeah, and the murder capital of all of Canada is Surrey. The most stabbings.
Okay.
And Surrey bleeds into my city at 2 a.m. So my city goes from to the most violent. And there's it's just like, it's not what people think when they think of Canada.
So wait, 2,000.
Yeah, here's the cycle. I showed Derek this cycle, and he's like, whoa, why have you never talked about it on stream? I was like, I don't want these guys copying me because I overdosed twice. And you know what I mean? On
on what?
On the cycles I was on.
But how are you overdosing? You know, overdosing. It's just like a heart attack is an overdose.
No, the ambulance came twice.
Oh, okay.
So it was, he said, that's not a cycle, that's a death cycle. And this is my first cycle ever. And I thought it was normal because I was like, oh, Boston Lloyd. And, you know, I was watching I was watching a lot of crazy shit. So I'm like, as long as I'm like 1/10 of Boston Lloyd, I'm safe. Rest in peace, Boston.
Yeah.
Right. He was an honest guy, but definitely crazy. 2,000 milligrams of trenbolone acetate. And I have footage of my buddies 3 cc.
Bro, that is insane.
No, that's not even half the cycle, bro. Check this out. 3 cc, rusty orange trend, the good stuff. Back then, it was fucking crazy. And this was before Jeff Side and them or Gymshark, so nobody was that jacked. I was the first, and then these fucking great genetic guys came out like you guys, but I had bad genetics, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do fitness. I thought it would pay me, right? And I'm at the nightclub, and I can't fight, and I'm terrified, and I want to quit my job. I said, boys, each of you inject me, and I got the trend cough, the nastiest trend cough of my life, where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I was coughing up, but we're in a garage, dusty garage, and I inject 2,000 milligrams of trenbolone acetate, 2,000 milligrams of equipoise, 1,000 milligrams of Mastron. I believe it was an enthate. 1,000. I don't know if it's milligrams or micromilligrams, but I'd really hate platforming this. DMP.
Bro.
And I'm not done. 75 mcg clen a day. 75 mcg T3 a day. 100 milligrams of anadrol a day.
Okay.
Boom.
Stop.
Check this out. 100.
There's no way.
Check this out. 100 mgs of. I have footage of taking all this pills, needles. I don't platform it. 100 mgs of Win a day. 100 mgs of VAR a day. 40 milligrams. This is my favorite drug that actually destroyed me. I was knocking out MMA fighters that are amateurs in my city at my size, big boys. 40 milligrams of Halo test.
Yeah, okay, listen.
And check, this is the worst part. Yo, this is the worst part. 5 to 6 tablets of, I don't know how much it was, letrozole a day. So that crushes 99% of human estrogen in the body, while I was taking 4 pills of Arimidex aromatase inhibitor a day. And yo, check this out. This is the best part. 0 testosterone base. 0. So I was the most aggressive motherfucker with Coke, Molly, GHB, and Jameson.
All right, dude.
That's the cycle.
How long did you do that for?
Just 10 weeks, and then I started overdosing.
I'm surprised you didn't die. Like, all honesty, because that's like, and at the same time too, a lot of that shit just gonna just like not necessarily like cancel out, but like you only have so many receptors to even like make use of that shit.
The worst part is when your liver enzymes shoot up and you're that fucking radioactive, you can't eat, and crushing estrogen, which is a key component of sex drive and being anabolic. And because I was flushing so much water with no estrogen, I could have gotten more jacked on 1/20th of the gear.
Yeah, barely.
Because I would have been eating. But this one, I was just puking every time.
Well, who got you there? How did you think that was the thing?
Well, I took 1 year of no lifting. All my buddies would lift, and I went in nerd mode, research, and I'd go on the GH forums and all that.
Well, then surely you would have realized that you were doing way too much shit.
Right, but again, this is the first time as an adult I had anxiety, and I'm not that kind of guy. I was a quiet kid, soy boy. I loved Hillary Clinton back then, but I never, ever thought I'd have anxiety until I realized I'm not in college. Both my brothers have master's degree, and they're geniuses. I don't got nothing. I fail every class. Bro, I fail every class. I'm like, whoa, I'm working construction at a warehouse for the rest of my life. And then I started getting anxiety. I looked in the mirror. I saw a skinny little fucking broke kid. And I said, I need something freak to happen right now. Inject all this. And this is the weirdest thing. I told my brother, hey, I got no side effects, no pimples. My skin's glowing. Every bitch want to suck the skin off my dick. Everyone wants to be around me. I got no side effects. And my brother, he's a therapist. He's a twin brother. He's like this. You got no side effects, but your girlfriend left you. You got fired from 20 jobs, including your dream job. You're banished from the city. You went to jail. She said, every side effect you got was psychological.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't get a pimple, who gives a fuck?
And do you think it like fucked up the rest of your life?
Yeah, because when I overdosed, I had no idea that DMP is dynamite and rat poison ingredients.
You should not be.
And I had no idea that you're getting cooked from the inside out with recreational drugs, right?
Yeah.
And all I cared about is that
I'm surprised you didn't have a heart attack and die, to be honest.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like my biggest problem was never that. It was always, especially that adrenergic effect trend has. Boo, 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 boo. I always thought it would be the heart thing, but it was the liver. Early, 22 years old, and it was like seizing pains. And that's the first time I started believing in God. When I cooked myself on DMP to death, 2 weeks later, I said, okay, I experienced the hottest temperature on earth. Hell exists. That's what it would be like. Fuck it, let's do that cycle again. So I restart the cycle. This time, this is the worst hell I've ever been on. I went for a walk at this temperature, and I was 6'5", 250, 60 pounds with abs. So I don't have good genetics like you, but I look phenomenal, right? I was Dwayne Johnson's body double. I had the nice measurements. There's some old photos, but I went for a walk in the scorching sun, and this is the first time. Do you ever get a leg spasm where you go, oh?
Yeah, sometimes.
My whole body, every muscle in my body from dehydration had that spasm for not 1 hour, not 2 hours, not 3, 48 hours straight.
That's what I'm saying.
And it would clench on one side, then the other. And I went through 40 Gatorades, and the ambulance paramedics are screaming at my girlfriend, what the fuck did he take? Because my arms as a bodybuilder were the smallest they've ever been because of the contraction, right? And the dehydration. And I had no idea 70% of the muscle is fucking water, right? Especially with the trenbolone's nutrient partitioning. I was going hypo fast, so I needed sugars just not to die. And I had no idea that I could be that small. I'd look in the mirror, I'd see a skinny guy after 10 weeks of fucking gear, and my girlfriend screaming, tell them what you took. And I'm paranoid. I'm like, they're going to take me to jail, right? So I'm like, fucking took a caffeine pill. And I was just lying to them. And they're all screaming at me. 48 hours of cramping, and the most I've ever cried. And that's the first time I actually want to hit my girlfriend, because screaming when you're cramping is the worst. And so
that's why you believe in God.
It took me there, but as soon as she went to get I had 40 Gatorades, she went to get more downstairs. This is like before Uber Eats. Boom, I locked the fucking door so I can scream alone in agony. The fucking paramedics are trying to break in the door. I finished that, and then I said, I think I'm done with steroids.
Dude, if you would have continued that, you would have 100% died. Your heart would have stopped.
Yeah,
like from either the dehydration,
the strangest thing though is the male characteristics do reverse after you get off cycle for most men, and you lose all the gains. For women, not really. Your clitoris is fat, bitch. But look at this. I immediately looked up in 10 weeks, and I'm in a haze. Like, I'm high as fuck. I'm sobering up, and I look up, and for the first time, there's old photos of me. I look up in the mirror, and this is the first time in my life I saw a jawline, beard. I can't grow a beard. Completely different, angular. My this part of my forehead came out, striking features. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And my girlfriend would freak out. She's like, yeah, you're hot, but like, who the fuck are you? In 10 weeks, I rapidly changed my face. And that doesn't happen. It takes like a year.
You were really using a lot of gear then.
People said it's because of the no test. The worst thing you could have done. Because I was always in cattle.
I mean, I think you the worst thing you could have done was stacking 7 different compounds at the craziest dosing.
Yeah, Derek said to me, he's like, it's funny because you could have lowered the dose by thousands of mgs. It's not your dosing that's high. Obviously, that's. He said the compounds you chose only work together to kill you. Like, I chose the worst. Clan T3 and DMP.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, but I recomped. I think I lost 35 pounds of fat, and then I gained 25 pounds. And by the end of a couple of months of just eating, it was like 4 months, I went from 180 pounds to a fat 270 to a lean to 10% body fat, 245. And that's when everyone in my city said, okay, you might not be the most jacked dude, but you definitely did it the fastest. You have the real steroids. How much for a bottle of test? They said, how much? And it was my business strat. They said, how much for a bottle of test? I'm like, shit, man, mine's 200.
Yeah.
200 a bottle of test. And they're like, we could get the same pharma brand. I'm like, no, we do other things. I was like the worst businessman, but it worked. Right. And then everyone want to pick up off me. That's the first time I started making good money.
So the steroids things, they led you to God and making some money.
It led me to obsess over God debates, Speaker's Corner. Like, I wasn't praying.
Right. What were you obsessed about?
Just knowing, is it the Muslims or the Jews or the Christians? Who's got the right answer? That's what I was obsessed with.
What do you think the right answer is?
Christ. Christ is king. What the fuck? Basically, I had to let go of
Let me ask you. I want to ask you this question.
Wait, let me see if I look good for this.
Yeah, this is important.
I look cracked out.
No,
don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, actually, don't do drugs. Seriously, because I really I know he just talked a lot about steroids. That shit would kill you. Don't ever take that.
Well, for years I never why I gave it to you on your podcast. I never leaked that. Is you're the only one who can actually sit next to me. They're going to Google the photos and everyone's going to be like, I know for a fact Zherka took 100 times more than anyone in LA. Didn't look even 1% as good as Brad. Clearly he's doing it wrong. But if I sat next to a fat fuck, they would all hop on a cycle and be like, I want to be like Zherka.
Yeah.
So I really didn't want to get my whole team, analytics team. We have like 9 people around me. None of them want me to leak this. But I'm like, Brad is so responsible. He's not just going to make me look bad. He's going to know everything I'm saying is the truth.
It's terrible. I mean,
It's
that's
horrible.
just the number one thing. Just do not. I mean, there's so many ways to get what you probably would have wanted in just a way more healthy and efficient manner.
When I started training clients after, and because I spent a year researching on chemicals and stuff like that, and everyone's making fun of me. They're like, you have to actually go work out if you want to be a fitness model. And then I want to.
That's another funny thing.
But everyone's like, you have to work out, and everyone in the gym's making fun of me because they're like, you keep saying you're going to be the biggest guy in the gym, and I'm like, no, this year I'm just researching. Because I read slow and stuff like that. It took me a while, and I'd have to watch videos. I couldn't do actually look at the data. And then when I understood my shit, and I was like, okay, let's go on a healthier cycle, I realized if I go on bioidentical compounds that have synergistic effects with each other, that keep me in a good mood, so that I'm not in a catabolic high cortisol state, I can make way more muscle than blasting. Blasting is the last thing I want to do. I want to just be in a happy mood. Like if you see Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman at their peaks, they look very happy, even though they're dying.
You realize this later, though.
Yeah, this is after I overdosed. Yeah, and so I went on one more cycle, and this one was very low. And I added testosterone, and all my anger went away. And I stopped fighting at the clubs, and I was horny again. Because what happened without testosterone and doing that for 10 weeks and crashing my estrogen more than anyone in human history. Yeah. How much is one tablet of letrozole crash? Like, isn't it like 10? Was it?
I mean, it's.
I don't know how many milligrams letrozole is.
Everyone's. I mean, the amount you want to take.
Well, I was taking 9 pills a day, and one nuked you.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Like, why would you even think that 9 was?
Because in my head, I thought water meant estrogen. I was very stupid. And what's funny is you want water because you're going to look tighter, leaner, drier.
You also want estrogen.
Yeah, exactly.
You need that.
Yeah, and it's estrogen is a key component for, like, if you take aromatase inhibitors and estrogen blockers, apparently there's neurotoxic effects where you can't learn and think. You can't learn.
It affects you up completely. Like, it fucks you up.
So it's like brain fog and stuff. But and it was so funny to me when I saw, oh my God, I can look leaner on D-ball, and if I keep my levels stable, then on Mastron with no estrogen, stringy, soft looking. And that to me blew me away, that I'm like, oh, the human body it's not what you read on forums.
No,
that stuff will kill you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when I learned that there's a synergy between 3 compounds, and I don't want to leak this, but there's 3 compounds that together, they do 90% of the work. And you never have to touch steroids or derivatives of testosterone ever again. But I learned that when I quit.
All right, guys, quick interruption from one of our sponsors, Manscaped. Check this out. Independence Day, 4th of July. It's going down. Very, very important. If you want your balls to be clean, you want your body to be fresh, you want your beard to be trimmed. Listen, like literally 30 minutes ago, I actually trimmed my beard with the trimmer. And they have like these little like LED lights so you could see, because like sometimes my bathroom's a little dark. You could see like the hairs as you're like nicking them. And so you like, I don't mess up the line. I just keep the line nice and perfect. Easy maintenance. Manscaped has got you. They literally have some of the best products, and I personally use them like 100%. No bullshit. I love the products. Obviously I've done these ads for them a few times, but like genuinely, I actually like straight up, if I could show you a clip right now of my bathroom, it's a bunch of like Manscaped trimmers and like ball trimmers and all this stuff. So 4th of July, you need to give this a shot. If you guys have not already tried Manscaped, you guys are missing out. I promise you. Like all the products are super nice. Like they have stuff for like cleaning your body, like your balls, your everything, right? And then also maintaining, keeping yourself like nicely fit, not fit physically, but like fit, like, neat beards. I think Jacob actually, do you use Manscaped too? You need it. You what? Yeah, he does. So Jacob does it too. He's got the fresh beard, a little lesser fresh than mine, but go to manscaped.com. You get 20% off right now, plus free shipping. Use code RAWTALK. Support your boy. Every other code. If you're going there right now, go to manscaped.com.
put in code Raw Talk at your order, 20% off the entire order plus free shipping. Happy Independence Day. I love you guys. Give Manscaped a shot. Let's get back into this podcast.
So I almost cried because I'm like, I can't do this. I don't have the genetics for this. There's people like Brad coming out on the internet. Like, who is this fucking guy? But that was my fitness phase, and it was great. It got me that Hollywood contract, so it built some confidence.
Yeah. So then you found God as well, yeah, and you believe that it's. This is the interesting thing, because I was talking to Sneeko about this, because I would say I'm Christian. I do.
Really? You've said that on YouTube?
Yeah, I've said that. I'd say that. So
let's fucking go. Let's do a line right now.
No. But I don't practice it so directly or enough to know exactly. And when I have these conversations, I was talking to him like the last pod I did, and I just find it interesting though how people say this is the one way, is my way. Like, do you think that Christianity is the religion, right?
Yeah, every other religion is demonic.
So, okay.
And they actually pay for it on earth.
So this is what's interesting to me. Why do you believe that? Because you know that everything that you know about religion is based on what you read and what someone else told you, yeah?
Yeah, but I have the strangest story of coming to Christ.
Okay.
Like, my story is read the Bible, didn't fuck with it, didn't move me at all. The other books didn't really, to be honest, the Quran was my favorite, right? And then I started, I'm obsessed with power. So, hey, there's fighters downtown that are going to knock me out in front of my girlfriend, who is a bottle girl next to me, watching me fight these guys. I'd have anxiety. I'm like, I need to cheat. I don't have time to learn martial arts. I don't have money. I don't have the time to even go to the fucking dojo and learn some karate shit. I need to cheat. These guys are all on steroids, Hell's Angels, stuff like that. So I would obsess over, like, when I did stop bodybuilding, I still use compounds to increase my aggression. So I said, what are the most androgenic compounds? What is going to make me the most violent? What is going to keep the most fluids in my joints to bounce off their fucking skull? And what is going to keep me in the best mood, but also angry and frustrated? So for me, it was like Halo and D-ball that was amazing. Or when I did Deca and D-ball, or Deca and Halo, because I had no idea that the fighters, the amateur fighters who all take Jews, they were just like, oh, here's some Tyrannobol, here's some D-ball. They didn't actually do it for their psychology, because in my head is soft soy boy, so I needed aggressive stuff. And what's funny is I fried my brain so much that I stayed very aggressive. Like, my girlfriend's like, wow, you've been natural. I haven't seen a needle in months, but you changed forever. Like, you're intense forever now. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I realized amphetamine, Halo, and something to keep water in my joints was you fighters got smoked on Granville Street. You got smoked by me in front of everyone. And when I realized, oh shit, the street fights, there's no jiu-jitsu, there's no wrestling. It's a couple punches. You have 6 to 8 punches till you gas out. Then your punches are not effective. All I have to do is crack a few. I'm 255 pounds. I can do this. That's when I realized, oh shit, I have a better cocktail than the UFC guy or the MMA guy. And I'm sleeping them because of my temperament. I was much more aggressive and I was much more forward. And they're like, why is he going forward on me? He's not a fighter. He's some security guard that works for $15 an hour, not even USD up north, right? Broke as fuck. And then I was like, oh shit, there's cheat codes to life. There's biohacks. I'm not saying I could beat a UFC fighter. I'm saying 99% of people in an MMA gym would get fucking killed by that Zherka.
Here's my question. Here's my question to you.
Not sparring.
Here's my question to you. Who gives a fuck?
Well, back then I was
like, why
I didn't want to get
so...
slept. No. Brad, I did not want to get slept in front of my peers. I would lose the job. If I got slept once, that $400 to $1,000 a night I would make on an event night, New Year's, Halloween, they would cut me. And I would go back to fucking sleeping on couches. If I got knocked out once, the 45-year-olds I work with, they're all veterans, Army guys. They'd be like, cut the new kid. Cut him now. And I kept seeing guys get fired. I'm like, dude, I can't even fight. I need to put stuff in me to fight. So it was like a do or die. If I got separated from that apartment, I couldn't pay rent. In my head, I'm like, it's not that my girlfriend will leave me. This bitch is in love. It's that we'll start arguing more and then she'll leave because I'll say some cutthroat shit, right? And financial insecurity is the number one reason why women leave men. But it starts from the arguments of, oh, you don't have a job. What the fuck do you do all day? Right? So to me, I mean, I'm making excuses right now, but I'm glad I cheated. I'm so glad.
You're glad you what?
I'm glad I cheated.
Cheated.
Yeah.
You call it cheating.
When they pulled a blade on me, this fucking crackhead, I'm glad that I had the halo to say, boom, fucking crack.
It's not cheating. It's like you're not cheating anyone.
Well, I'm cheating my body. I was damaging the fuck out of my body.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So let's get off this topic a little. Let's go back to because something I asked you earlier, and I want you to talk about this. What do you think the point of like all this is? Like, why do you think we do anything that we do? Why do you think humans do what they do every day?
Well, it's clearly a test. Like since 5 years old, even 5-year-olds are born with a sense of injustice. Hey, he got 2 candies, she got 3, I got 1. Injustice, justice, judgment day. A divine judgment day is coming. Like these Buddhists who say reincarnate and all this stupid shit. That means you infinitely fucking regress, you fucking. Do you just keep infinite? When is the judgment day? If we all believe in the sense of Andrew Tate, he's innocent, and I believe he's innocent. But if you believe in judgment, we all do, then clearly this is a test, and it's a free will test, and people can't get over the fact that God would divinely ordain us the power of free will to go against God's will, even, which it doesn't happen unless you really want to suffer and you bounce right back, or even harder and become a warrior of Christ. But you telling me you don't believe in a judgment day coming for everything you've done? You don't believe in right and wrong? Are you still in touch with your mom?
Yes, of course.
Do you love your mother?
Absolutely.
Is the love you have for your mother just fucking chemicals firing in your head of dopamine, or is there a spiritual connection? This is where you agnostic atheists start to drown, because you're going to have to give me the chimpanzee answer. You believe it's chemicals? The love, look at your mom in the eye and say, the love I have for you is just chemicals, because Dawkins and some fuck Destiny and all these fucking, nobody actually believes this shit.
I think I'm not saying at all that it's just fucking like nothing else beyond this. I definitely believe there's more. And I'm not arguing that point at all. What I'm curious to you is, why do you think people do the things that they do? Like, why do you do what you do?
Yeah, everything comes from the mental plane. You bite from the apple, right? So when you think of the left side of the brain, the right side of the brain, the male and the female, in the middle, right there, and think of a brain, you know how it has a stem going down your neck and it's like a tree with roots? This is the tree of life. And you, in the middle, at the third eye, is where you bite from the apple of temptation. You can convince yourself. Brad can sit down and think long enough and say, fuck my soul. My soul negotiates with my intellect, and my intellect is saying, I want to be trans. I want to cut my dick off. You can actually convince yourself to cut your dick off. And here's the scary part. You can win the debate. Because as soon as a trans person sits next to me, and a trans community loves me that I give them this to use against me, but a trans person sits next to me and says, Zherka, you got circumcised. Immediately, I have to give so much grounds that I actually start losing the debate. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's funny.
But think about it. Deep down, we all know with a 40% suicide rate in that tribe, we have to save that tribe. If that's the suicide rate is that high, you're just going to give up on them and say, yeah, do you. If you told me Zherka bodybuilders have a 40% suicide rate in their tribe, I would never, ever say, yo, don't tell me what to do. I'm a bodybuilder. I'd be like, yo, we got to help each other out, man.
Yeah. And
people only know this when someone takes their own life. But liberal media and all these liberal think tanks, they force us to say, it happens. Death is death. No, it doesn't. We can stop that. All of these premature deaths come from temptation and talking to the devil. And the devil comes as an angel of light, beautiful, could be a girl, it's never some fucking ugly thing. Actually, angels are very ugly and scary and seen in scripture as very terrifying. Why? Think about the most angelic phases of your life. They were the darkest, scariest things you ever went through. When you went through it, you're like, whoa, I'm glad I did that, right? But the devil comes as double D tits to your face, and it comes very like soft and stuff. And the devil makes you talk yourself out of instinct, out of your own soul. The thoughts you have, 80% of them are mainstream media. You don't think about this stuff.
I don't watch mainstream media.
I guarantee you wouldn't be this jacked if you were born in 1920s because of mainstream media. You grew up with Instagram. You're like, you can get that big.
I grew up with Instagram.
What did you grow up with? Facebook?
I'm 34.
What did you grow
I started on Instagram.
What did you watch on TV? Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
So you had like constant jack dudes. Where in 1920s, have you seen bodybuilders in 1920s? They look very weak.
They're a lot smaller.
Yeah. But everything we have, even our personalities, right, that are kind of erratic or extreme, dude, came from social media, mainstream media penetrating me as a young child. Or what's the alternative of the church? Every woman wants to be Kim Kardashian. They inject their lips, their face. They're of the religion of this pagan Kim Kardashian shit. And it's two options, really. You're either a whore or you're a fucking good girl who works at Starbucks and can't pay her bills. But every girl chose OnlyFans and stuff. Do you really think, and you can ask these women, if you made $1 million, would you quit OnlyFans? All of them would quit, just like strippers, that means they don't want to be there. They're talking to the devil and they're being convinced to stay. Most of our thoughts are not ours. That's why knowledge is bad in the Bible, because when you come to earth as a primitive soul, what is a 5-year-old soul? Happy, playful.
Right.
Humans only start killing themselves when they bite from the apple of temptation and sexuality, which is teenagers, not 6-year-olds, right? Teenagers. Everything in the Bible literally mirrors on earth. Even the most famous physicist in America, this Japanese physicist, scientist, Michikaku guy, you've probably seen him with the wacky hair. He said, it's funny how all of string theory for thousands of years is mirrored in the Zohar. Everything, atoms, the building blocks of life, atom, comes from Adam and Eve. Everything comes from the Bible. They just rip it and invert it. Everything, like name anything and I'll link it to the Bible.
Well, I mean, I'm
Star Wars. You like Star Wars?
I love Star Wars.
Born of a Virgin, the whole story. Think about it. Hollywood will give us $100 billion budgets of Star Wars. I love Star Wars, even though it's propaganda, but they'll give us Star Wars, but they've never done a 7-headed dragon of Revelations Bible movie. Hollywood is not allowed. You're not allowed to make a high budget Bible movie, because even a boring Bible lecture can trigger millions of people to be Christians. Imagine a movie. The elites would completely, with one fucking movie, instead of Mel Gibson whipping a Jewish guy, that fucking movie sucked. And I like Mel.
Passion of Christ?
Yeah, I don't like that movie, bro. But check this out. If you gave me Avatar, the blue movie, if you gave me that Hollywood budget and said, Zherka, go do Revelations or even the most boring parts but like the good parts, bro, I could do any Jesus story. And not only will it get 100 billion views, revenue, and everyone will get paid, it's illegal to do for a reason. The first book ever written is illegal to people.
Well, okay, why? I gotta get into this. Why do you think? Just because like control?
Well, it's like this. Do you believe in evil or is it subjective?
Do I believe in what?
Evil.
Evil. Of course I believe in evil. Yeah. Like it's a thing that exists because there's no good unless you had that.
Like a pedophile, are they evil?
Of course, I think so.
Because they know what they're doing and they're hiding doing it.
I think it's evil as fuck.
Yeah.
I think there's certain innate things that people have and that people like.
Here's what you're admitting. You believe in a devil. Like all evil would pyramid up to one point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying I don't believe in God. I fully believe in it. It's because, and in fact, I think I believe in it more so now than I ever have because I've seen so much evil. Because without that, there is no, it's like there has to be an opposite.
Well, Destiny, a homosexual friend of mine, I keep him around for optics, make me look more inclusive and shit.
Destiny.
You know Destiny with the blue hair?
Yeah.
He says evil is just like Chancellor Palpatine. He's like, evil is a point of view, Anakin, right? That, it's subjective. It's not objective. There's no objective evil. When you ask yourself, is Ted Bundy objectively evil? He's just fucking evil. And which is funny, it's always a military program. I don't want to get you in trouble, but always a military psyop with those murderers. But Ted Bundy, when you say, yes, he's evil, that's admission of, yeah, okay, I believe there's a source of evil coming from somewhere. You're admitting to the devil. If you're admitting to the devil, you're halfway to you're a fucking Christian by then. There's temptation.
Well, I already said that I am. I'm trying to talk to you about it.
Well, you're not, because you're in this LA zone of, what about other religions, Zherka? Really? Other religions like what? Judaism that rejects Christ, their own fucking Messiah, or Islam that says he's just a man? They strip divinity from the creator, the greatest example. And what's funny is for Abrahamic faiths, all the prophets are seen as, oh, great, great, great. As far as I'm concerned, there's one with the red text, that's Christ, the only one to live a pure life. The rest were all sinners. The only one to be the perfect example for man. And they say he's just a man. Christ was not a man in man form. Think of Plato. He is in the form of man, but that is infinite, eternal God. And when you have a crisis, you need Christ. When you write the date, 2023, what the fuck are you writing? All the money on earth, the material evil wealth on earth, it's inverted around the Vatican. If all the fucking money on earth is not with LGBT corporations and stuff, all the money on earth is in the Vatican, what the fuck is it telling you about that book, homie? You really think fucking dinosaurs and the Big Bang Theory, cause and effect? How the fuck can the universe come from nothing? The effect of the universe, you believe you came from an ape? All the money on earth circulates the Bible, and you're telling me it's just some fucking lambskin, bro? And you're laughing out of the Matrix. People get uncomfortable coming out of the Matrix, and you either laugh, cry, or get angry, but you never take what I say serious, because that's when you know you're a Christian.
I'm not saying I'm not taking it serious. I find what you're saying entertaining.
It's entertaining, but to me, what's entertaining is that Big Bang Theory. You do believe in that. I know.
I don't know.
You believe in fucking Mars rover, that it's out there. You believe in planets.
I mean, you believe the Earth's flat, yeah?
Absolutely.
Is the sun round?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's round?
Yeah.
How come it wouldn't be flat?
The argument you're making here is I'm gonna humiliate you. Are you sure?
No, go ahead. I want to hear about the Earth. You think it's flat?
I'm gonna humiliate you.
You think it's flat?
If I answer this, you're gonna get clipped and get humiliated.
About it being flat?
About the sun. Are you
Someone
sure?
told here.
All right, hold on. No, don't run.
Hold on, listen.
Now we get the view.
Hold on, listen.
Listen to what Bradley just said.
Hey,
go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Why are you getting mad?
Because I'm talking to you right now. Listen. Someone asked me in chat. I was on live, and they said, ask him about the sun being round.
I'm answering it. Why are you fucking yelling at me?
Is it because you're yelling? I'm trying to talk to you, motherfucker.
Was I not answering it? I said, this is going to be a humiliating answer. And then you said, do it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just telling you where I got the question from.
Oh, you don't. No. Own the question.
Someone gave me the question.
What's his name?
Someone on fucking Kick, dude. I don't know their fucking name. They said, ask Zherka if the sun is also flat.
Check this out. We're doing 1 million views now, right?
Go ahead.
There's a boxing match happening soon. So check this out. The question is, and I get this 1 million times by everyone who discredits my work. They go, well, then
discredits my work.
They say this, my life's work. They say the sun is how is the sun round? What you're asking is, if we had a table here,
okay,
and if that table is flat, you're saying, Zherka, if this table is flat, why is that lamp round? Why is that light round? It makes no sense what you're asking, Bradley. You get?
Maybe that's why he made me ask you it.
Well, no, here's why I got angry. 1 million upvotes thhave guys get, and they say this is like an own on me, but it's not an own. It's a retarded question. Same with have you heard of this one? There's flat Earth. There's all around the world.
Wait, but you really believe the Earth's flat?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Okay, I thought they were trolling me. I'm dead serious. I thought they were trolling.
Check this out.
Why? Tell me why. I want to know, like, definitively why you believe that.
Number one, the flat Earth actually brought me to God, not the Bible. When I
thought the steroids dying brought you to God. Which one was it?
But I wouldn't pray to Christ. I would say God. I wouldn't say the word Christ.
Okay.
I was afraid. I was like, oh, I don't know if I believe in this. But think of it like this. This is not scripted, by the way. They're always going to say that. Tell them there's
this is not scripted at all. I love this.
I did 5 podcasts in a row. They said you script drama. We never script. The first page of Genesis.
He was just loud. I want him to shut up so I can ask him.
It's the drugs.
Yeah.
But you need to do a line right now. But actually, don't. This guy's going to start attacking me, bro.
No.
But check this out. The first page of Genesis talks about the firmament. Why the earth is flat is because, Bradley, you've never in your life seen a picture of Mars, Jupiter, Pluto that's not computer generated. It's as fake as
you know what's funny about this?
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny about what you're just saying? This is the craziest shit. And I believe in God. You've never seen God, but you believe it. You've never seen God.
Oh, yeah.
And you believe it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not those crazy people that are
That's
like, I've seen him.
But you just said the same thing from a different topic. You've never seen God, but you believe in him.
Right. But again, faith is what you need for Christ, nothing else. Reason leads you to cut your dick off.
Okay. We're not talking about none of that shit right now. You believe in something that you've never seen without a doubt.
Yeah, but I've seen the effects. Every single civilization on earth is built by the Bible, not atheism. The rainbow flags come when the civilization has peaked. When you look at all the geniuses throughout history, Da Vinci and all these guys, yeah, they're Enlightenment, homosexuals and stuff, but they grew up in a Christian era when Christianity was peaking, when there was theocratic nations. So if you think about it, Bradley and Zherka would be a million times smarter if we grew up in Da Vinci's time. Oh, but we have YouTube and stuff. We would literally be geniuses if we didn't grow up with this kind of science. Yeah. I'm trying so hard not to fucking hurt his podcast, but all that, if the news is fake, imagine the history, especially timeline of history. It's all warped because when you see it as you believe in dinosaurs, which came as late as the 1700s, and every bone in a museum is 99% of them are replicas made out of rat bones and resin. The real ones are in the Smithsonian Museum. You believe in dinosaurs because it's an attack on the cross. You believe in aliens because it's an attack on the cross. You believe in
the Big Bang. You don't think aliens are real?
All fake news.
Really?
Look at Operation Fishbowl Dominic. Dominic in Latin means of the Lord, fishbowl of the Lord. They shot rockets to try and crack the firmament. That's why when you go scroll out with Google Earth, which all the photos were taken by Google plane, not a satellite. Satellites are not real. When you Google satellites, it's all CGI photos of satellites, unless you look at the
ISIS. You say satellites are not real?
Do you have like a thing we could pull
Are you
up?
saying satellites are not real?
Absolutely fake.
Satellites?
Yes. Why?
I don't know.
Wait. Why do you believe in satellites? Because this is exactly where I can start to turn you. This is
dude, why would satellites just be fake?
All right, guys, quick interruption. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. I've talked about this plenty of times before. I'm going to talk about it again. It's just as important, just as it was last time. BetterHelp, check this out. If you guys are not taking care, if you're not taking inventory of your mental health, I promise you're messing up. I guarantee it. Like, the body's important. All this other stuff out here externally is important, but everything is driven from up here. And if you're not taking inventory, you're not trying to get better, you're not trying to grow, you're not trying to learn, you're not trying to like improve there, then everything else will also follow that. So check BetterHelp out. Therapy is super, super important. I do it literally weekly. I've done it for honestly for a really long time now at this point, and it's helped me out and it's helped me tremendously. So I encourage you guys to do the same. If you guys want to check it out, go to BetterHelp.com. Again, that is BetterHelp.com/Raw Talk. Get 10% off your first month. Give it a shot. You won't be disappointed. It's super simple. It's like you could just do it on basically like a Zoom call. You don't have to like show up in person. They make it really, really easy for you guys. So check it out. BetterHelp.com. Let's get back into this podcast.
Okay.
I love this.
What happens? Do you have your phone on you? It'll take 5 seconds. Go on Google, search up satellites and scroll, and zoom in on his face. Look at Bradley's face when he sees satellites. Tell me how many of those photos are computer generated fakes. Be honest.
So I'm going to Google satellites. Okay.
And just scroll, and then we'll show it on the YouTube.
I'm going to images on Google. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these satellites.
Are they fake photos that you're looking at? Be honest. Most of them are fake.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
99% or 80%. What is it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I've never been in space to look at a satellite. If I'm being honest with you, I don't have a reference point. Yeah, I guess maybe they'd be fake.
Now, if you look at the ones that are real, it's the ISS. You know, the International Space Station, right?
Yeah.
But they've been caught with harnesses, wires, green screen, chroma keys, blue screens. They've been caught faking space. It's all on ericdubay.com's documentary. I don't get paid for this. I just promote it because it's real. But now look at this. If all the photos you saw are computer generated and the real ones, they're getting caught with harnesses, like literally, and they're accidentally dropping pennies while they're in zero G, which they're doing it with a parabolic fucking plane. It's very easy to do. By the way, space by definition means no atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
How can you have a pressurized system like Earth in the vacuum of space? It's a logical fallacy. And you're going to say gravity is not, it's just a theory. It's a math model. And check this out, and which has been debunked. Why things rise and fall is because of density. The phone is denser than the medium that surrounds it, which is air. If it was lighter, it would float. It would be more buoyant. Are you telling me a helium balloon is the only element that defies gravity? A fucking balloon? A little Pikachu balloon is beating gravity that's holding fucking big ass Bradley and skyscrapers to the fucking ground? A helium balloon's beating it? No, it's more buoyant. It's less dense than the medium surrounding it. That's how they explained it before gravity. When we were talking about satellites, every time you scroll with Google Earth, Google Earth, when you scroll out, all the photos are taken by the Google plane. Google that.
You said that.
Yeah. Just in case they didn't Google it. But when you scroll out and leave low Earth orbit, it turns to computer generated again. It doesn't stay photos. Do you get what I'm saying? So when the Earth starts to become a ball, which you said to Sneeko, I think you said you saw curvature at where? Where?
I was trolling
this
him.
blew me away. Empire State Building?
Empire State Building.
Okay.
I was trolling him.
Airplane pilots, which most of them are flat earthers, especially if they've seen it, but they can't admit it, because if, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a flat earther, everyone would start freaking out. He'd lose his job. He'd get arrested. If you say you're a flat earther, you lose everything. I've all my dating stuff. I think 40% of my market. I could have been way richer. They won't buy my programs because he's a flat earther. And I'm like, I'm with God. I'm not going to take that back to make more money and look more credible. Or they say this guy is well thought out and thinks of everything before he platforms it, but not the flat earth stuff. I don't believe that. Dude, Google Earth, when you look at what curvature calculations, 8 inches per mile square, dude, you're supposed to see curvature at airplanes are at 30,000 feet. At 60,000 feet, double it. Weather balloons double the height at 120,000 feet, and it always measures what Einstein called Earth an observable, motionless plane. That's why, I'm not CIA, that's why the word horizon comes from the word horizontal. That's why they're called tectonic plates and not tectonic balls.
Honestly,
that's why it's sea level and not sea curve.
I'll be honest with you. I wish that I had someone else on this podcast who could debate this properly with you, because I don't know enough about this whole flat earth versus round earth thing. I just find this shit fucking hilarious.
I'm debating Mike Sartain. You know him?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'd love to do that right now, because I'm
going to Vegas for that, but I'm going to humiliate
about
him.
The flat earth.
Yeah, he wants that. And we're doing other debates, and they got like 40 girls with me doing some dating stuff. But the flat earth one, this guy's convinced, as an army guy, I think he's like a Navy SEAL, he's convinced it's round, which all Michelson Morley experiments, all 6 of them, to prove that the earth is in motion, failed. All of them. And the earth's been proven by Tesla and everyone who said the earth's a realm, it's not a fucking sphere. They said it's an electromagnetic universe. That's why the sun looks like that. You believe the sun is a burning ball of gas burning in space. How the fuck can you burn in space? That makes no fucking sense. You believe the sun is a burning ball of gas. When you search up sun in space, what is it? It's fake. It's fake photos of the sun.
Dude, I haven't done that.
Or look at an eclipse, the yin and yang. It perfectly eclipses with the moon because they're the same size. The sun and the moon are small. The earth is massive.
What do you think the point of, so I got to ask this. I could ask this clearly. What do you think the point of it being round is then?
Well, it's clearly an attack on the first page of Genesis. If the Genesis is saying there's a firmament dome and they're saying, nah, bro, it's a sphere, they're really saying that holy book is bullshit. There's dinosaurs before you, bro. That holy book is bullshit.
So you think it all has to do with religion? That's why they're saying
not religion, just the cross. The other religions has nothing to do with them.
What would the purpose be of that though? Like what?
If you delegitimize the Bible, young people like us, I lose my best friend, you lose family. When we're in despair, we turn into the ultimate consumer slave. I have 10 iPhones, but I need to buy an 11.
This is what I find interesting. This concept, because I do believe that like. I can't speak to this being flat or round. I don't have enough to debate to even talk about it, but I do believe that there's definitely the greater purpose of like just plugging people into fucking Social Security and just getting them to pay taxes until they die.
Yeah, but I think there's a spiritual component that it's not just about money, because again, they can print as much money as they want. They do it for foreign wars that Democrats and Republicans always agree on for some magical reason. If they can just print as much money as they want, it's proven that when they put pedo stuff like Cuties on Netflix, it's not because it generates the most money. I can make us a lot of money in Hollywood if I put out a fucking biblical movie, but they're not allowed to do that. It's not about print. They print money.
So you think it's just more nefarious?
It has to be of the devil. It has to be. And misery loves company. So evil people, you'll see cokeheads, they always share their coke, no matter how expensive it is, because the misery loves company. I'm going to offer you a line after this.
I'm not doing it.
You've never done cocaine?
I've done cocaine once in my life.
Come to church with me and let's do a line.
No.
You'll never leave.
No.
You'll become this.
I'm 100% not going to do cocaine. So anyways, I want to get back to this question that I had that we didn't really answer. You talked about like free, like choice, right? But like, I believe why people do everything that they do, like everyone, even the people that you're saying are like fucking more nefarious or they're more fucking evil. I think everyone is doing everything because they want to feel love. They want to be appreciated and they want to be able to give love. I think that's why everyone does everything.
Even Epstein?
Listen, that's a twisted example. Very, very twisted.
No,
example.
I would agree that he does want to feel love.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'd say there's no good in that. It's a terrible thing, but I think there is some sort of fucked response to that because I think it ties more closely to people's like trauma in their life, and they're like going back to some fucked up reason why they're doing what they're doing. Not saying that it's good or justifiable.
You nailed it.
But
trauma,
I think why everyone does everything. I think why you do everything you do. You even said it earlier about validation, about like even like the whole internet thing, like trying to be popular and all this stuff. Like everyone is doing everything because they want to be validated somehow, because they want to feel love, they want to experience love, and they want to give love. I think that's why humans do everything that they do.
Do you mind if I move this a bit?
Yeah,
Look
go
at
for
this, because I don't want to be out of the shot. Let me know. I don't want to fuck it up, but just for my back, man, I'm in pain. I'm like an old man. You said they want to feel love. This is why you fucking nailed it. Remember when, I don't know if you did this, but I used to go to raves and festivals. Why does the youth obsess over taking a dopamine ecstasy pill with a community in search for some spirituality at a rave? They want God. Even the youth. That's why we used to go to festivals. Oh, bro, I'm rolling on Molly. I feel one with my community and there's something spiritual here, but they can't explain it. Then they want to kill themselves the next day. Everyone wants that sense of love, family, which is the Father. It always ties back to the Father and unity, not chaos, order, that there's a part 2. And I 100% put me on a lie detector test. There is a part 2 to life. There is a part 2, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of it. Like I've sinned. I was the most evil guy in my city. I will be exonerated of all that everything I've ever done if I bring people to the cross. So, or the youth, especially, because they're fucking gone with that Kim Kardashian shit. I brought 1,400 emails and detailed emails. Some of them were telling me the fucking high schools they went to and shit. 1,400 in 1 week snapped into Christians. A lot of them were Muslims too. All because of that fresh and fit appearance, where they dug into my work and they go, oh, this guy's not just like a comedian. I'm telling you, when I say all YouTubers who have success, money, fame, you never respect them unless they're there with God. Like Kai and Speed, I love them to death. They destroyed XUC's content and stuff. But what's going to happen to these Disney type stars and stuff if they don't have God? They're fucked. There's only one answer. Alcoholics Anonymous, when you want to solve your addiction problem, they don't turn to science. The first thing they turn to, you need to believe in a higher power. Have you tried going to the church? Their first step is God. They go, wait, bro, we don't want this guy to kill himself. We're not going to give him Destiny's fucking science. Give him God. Give him the answer that's always worked. For thousands of years, the Bible comes and goes, but it never leaves. Like it's like a wave, and we suppress it, then it comes back harder with Zherkas and the radicals. But Netflix, science, Kellogg's, fake news, it all goes. It's all dust in the wind. There's only the first book in history has remained. There'll never be a fucking Elon Musk book. I'm dying without water. There'll never be an Elon Musk book that survives for thousands of years. There'll never be. Like, we are obsessed with, whoa, that's Kanye. Like, Kanye walks in, he's like, what up, and he goes crazy and shit. We go, oh, that's Kanye, clouded up Kanye. If you think cloud is powerful, I do, you do, everyone does. We're on this.
Right.
What is the biggest clouded name in history right now?
God.
Christ. Jesus Christ is king.
So you really, because you're just denying these other religions. Just saying, like, I understand the one you choose, right?
Yeah.
And you just say that other ones just have no merit.
Yeah, because they're not even offering you to be saved. They're kind of just giving you, hey, live like this, bro. Have 4 wives. There's only one that says you're saved. Whether you sin or not, it doesn't matter. I'm saying why it's so important to be saved. And I don't mean just be saved for yourself. You have to spread the word. No matter how corny you look, you spread the gospels to the 4 wings of the earth. When you're saved, there's a snowball effect. That Zherka, drug dealer Zherka, is this guy now. Oh, I'm in the right trajectory. If I was going the other way, you'd be like, yeah, that fucking Bible ain't working for him. But once you're saved, you start to do good things instinctively, like a snowball effect. And I'm a Catholic, but I get attacked by Catholics.
You're saying there's no saving in these other religions? What do you mean?
No. There's no saving. The whole premise of Christianity is to be saved. In other religions, they say, well, you have to be a good person. And Christianity, you don't even have to. You just got to be saved. And you have to become a better person and actually progress. But the point is, it happens naturally as a Christian. Because when you're saved, you're not saying I'm a Christian as a fashion statement. You actually believe that you're being watched by an eternal being. So when you're saved, you start to move like you're being watched. And the byproduct of that is you move better, way better. The other religions, especially Sneeko, will say to me like, no, I don't like Christians because you can sin and still be saved. No, you have to be perfect. You have to. Who the fuck is perfect? Who the fuck? No one's perfect.
It's true. No one's perfect.
There's only one man that was perfect, and that was our example. But these other religions are like, you got to pray 5 times a day. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then maybe you're going to heaven. But like, they're not offering you salvation, dude. Or Buddhists come from.
You know what's interesting? You know what's really interesting is I feel like religions were created like from the beginning just because of people's like uncomfortableness with mortality, fear of death. And right. I think different locations created obviously based on geographically where they are and the people that are in there based on that created these.
But what was before Christianity, if you believe there's a before, dude, they were savages. Albert Pike, the Grand Wizard, the highest level, the Pope of Freemasonry. And Freemasonry, they're Jesuits, they're Skull and Bones, secret societies, all under this umbrella. They're in the Vatican, they're in the Treasury, they're in the Federal Reserve, they're at the movers and shakers of earth. Their fucking biggest authority wrote in a book that it's not meant for the public, but we got it somehow. He wrote, the origin of atheism is the highest turmoil. I might be butchering the quote a bit, but the highest levels of savagery, nihilism. Pretty much he's saying we were literally the clan of Baal, cannibalistic.
Savages,
we were savages. And when we weren't, we were our word. I'm not going to get you in trouble. Our wording, because I hate when people do it on my podcast. Give me that money, bitch. But they were our wording children on pagan temple steps. If you want to go with that line of history, every way you look at it, Christianity is the only thing that said, you savages, boy, girl, husband, wife, get married. It'll solve all your problems. You turn into a family unit. When everyone starts turning into a family unit, you don't have neighborhoods. You have clans. You literally take care of each other's kids. You have stock in the game. So you're like, oh, fuck, my kids are here, so I got to vote correct. You start to do things correct. It's all a pro-life position. Can you imagine if Elon Musk, Plato, or any genius throughout history affected the world's timeline as much as marriage from the Bible? That is the greatest concept. You're telling me that concept is man-made by some old dude? Like, well, way earlier, but some old Gnostic man thought of that. These are psychic revelations they had that they're like, hey, we're supposed to be getting married. To this day, the whole fabric of society, all the depression, despair, as our purchasing power increased, skyrocketed. Yeah. We all got money and stuff. We're all trying to kill ourselves. Highest depression, anxiety, despair. Women hate themselves. Nobody knows what's going on. How, if we got from the digital age, we boomed with money and we're socioeconomically fucking titans and this is economic prosperity for us. How, Bradley?
It's gotten farther away from the family unit. Yeah.
Because of the sexual revolution, which is the peace sign, which is just the cross, the peace sign inverted upside down, snapped. The sexual revolution, when these hippies in the 80s were doing crack and shit, literally took us away from the church in the West. Dude, marriage is the only thing you need to promote to fix every problem on earth.
I can't wait to get married, dude.
Marriage is the only thing.
Oh, I gotta find a girl, dude.
In person. You have a million girls. You're not married yet,
dude. No,
you have a long-term partner.
I had one. Yeah.
What happened? Was she in the church?
No.
Yeah. If she's not in the church, dude, if your girl doesn't go to church and actually sees it like she's being watched, 100% your girl, my girl, their girl, every girl, they're all whores. And she'll only go to church. Yo, listen to me.
This is hilarious.
She'll only go to church if Bradley takes it serious. And if she misses church once and Bradley says, get the fuck out of my house, she goes, oh, fuck, this is going to be the father of my kids. He's not fucking doing blow with Milk Boys and Zherka. We love blow. He's literally
I don't like blow.
You don't do drugs. I've done so much research on you to get some dirt, and you're kind of clean. What do? You drink?
I drink every once in a while.
Like a beer?
Yeah, like a shot or two.
A lot of bodybuilders, they don't do the recreational stuff.
Can't do it.
But the painkillers you guys like, right?
They've never done that.
But have you met bodybuilders who are addicted to painkillers? They're always in pain. I met a lot of IFBB pros, and I'll
take like a Xanax if I'm gonna do like a long flight one time.
That's not really drugs. That's like,
just like a little tiny amount too, because I'm super sensitive to everything.
Same.
Super sensitive.
Benzos
You're
are
sensitive,
the
but you took 1 million milligrams of fucking
I know.
steroids.
Yeah,
What?
but check this out. If you gave me, let's say, one Adderall to scream and do 100 million views on a podcast, if you gave me 10 milligrams, and I did it with Destiny, we were at a dinner, and I was like, "What is this?" Like Adderall and blah. I went.
But you go to dinner, you hang out with Destiny.
This is like a while back. Yeah, we were having dinner after Adam 22's podcast.
Yeah, okay.
And I took it, and I was so euphoric from it. And drugs are bad, pharmacy and all that. But I was so euphoric, I started giving to charity. And Destiny looked at me and he couldn't believe it. He's like, 10 milligrams of Adderall can damage Zherka like that, and he crushes an 8-ball alone. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
But the whole point of this is, you would never, ever be afraid to be locked in a cell with me, because you'll be like, this guy's going to knife me. This one, you'll be like, this guy believes in Christ. If he's doing cocaine at church, you know this guy believes in it. This guy listen to every word of the pastor, right? But if I was the old me, Bradley would be like, this guy's going to jeopardize my brand, right?
Maybe you should stop doing cocaine. You ever think about that?
Honestly, I just do Adderall. But if I'm ever out of Adderall, and chat,
yeah,
I'll bump into them in the street. Yo, can I get a photo? Yo, I gotta go on Bradley's thing. I don't have any Adderall. They always 10 minutes get me some blow, wake me up. Have I done less this year from 2016? Way less.
Good.
So I'm on the right trajectory.
Good. Now you have said some weird shit that I saw on the internet that we have to address, dude. You were talking about fucking teenagers.
What's up? Fucking them?
Yeah, like I was gonna say it, but yeah, like what's up?
I love that.
Why though, man?
Okay, so
because here's my deal with it. Like it just sounds fucking weird to say.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it sounds fucking creepy. But
yeah,
when I was 21 years old, most of my options were those 19-year-old girls at the club. Because in Canada, you can go 19 in the club, right? Here's like 21 or whatever for drinking. So 18, 19, they'd come to the club and stuff. And 21 years old, I found them cringe. You have a car? I found it weird. 18-year-old woman is not as attractive as a 25-year-old. She does her makeup better. She's better built. She's kind of everything's better, but she comes with an opinion, so it's fucking cringe. But 21 years old, didn't touch the teenagers. Said, I don't want that. I want my age. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Never touch a teenager. Then one party I went to, it was with Dakota Tyler, some porn star, but now she's like ex-porn star. She quit, right? There was an article about me and her, and she looks very young, so they called me a pedo by these ugly liberal feminists, right? Or leftists, whatever, all one shit to me. And I got so angry that I got patented as a pedo for her sitting on my lap that I fucking...
How old was she?
20 or 21.
Okay.
But she looks very young. They painted me as a pedo just because I'm a Trump guy. And I said, you know what? Grab this girl and I'm kiss her. Nope. I'm finding a real 18-year-old, a real, like on birth certificate, and I'll fucking kiss her. I didn't kiss her. I found the 18-year-old and I fucked the shit out of her. And I fucking broadcast the whole thing, us getting out of bed together. These articles freaked the fuck out. And I said, 29 years old. I've never done this.
Yo.
But if you're that venomous that you're chasing me, you want to call me, I am whatever you say I am. You want to call me a pedo? Let me give it to you. And now she's my girlfriend.
That girl is your girlfriend?
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
Okay, so
am I doing good?
You're doing good.
I texted him, I'm going to deliver. And he's like, I don't know, dude.
Fuck.
I'm delivering.
But this is your girlfriend. How long?
4 weeks, 3 weeks.
How long, dude?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. But I don't do dating. I say you're either my girlfriend first few days of meeting me. Instinctively, you're my girlfriend. At the bar, I say, yeah, I'm jealous. If I met her 1 hour ago, I said, high value male, good looking, funny, smart. Look at my DMs, bitch. Look at my DMs. Yeah, that bitch, she knows Kim Kardashian. You know what you're getting here. You're my girlfriend now. You're not allowed to talk. You look at your fucking shoes, bitch. You're not allowed to talk to any dude. And they say yes, because they do want that. They do want a jealous guy. They always say yes. People think you'll get fucking, if Bradley Martyn or a high value male does this, what is the girl going to walk out on Bradley Martyn?
Dude, it's just funny. It's just funny hearing you say this shit. I ain't gonna lie, it's just fucking hilarious. So, okay, how long? I got a genuine question now to follow up that statement. How long do you think before you get fucking like really canceled?
It doesn't matter because my team, I've had investors, now angel investors all around me, and they're like, you do poetry, you do art, you do fitness.
I just feel like they're not going to let you live on YouTube that much longer.
They said to me, they're like, you're either going to make $10 million on Rumble and be the king, or 50 million on YouTube. We talked to a lot of the higher ups on YouTube, and they said, yeah, you can make it. You're not Andrew Tate, you're a comedian. Just don't be stupid. And I'm not stupid.
But you don't think so? Well, that's Andrew Tate just got so massive because like a lot of his shit was just
he
also
forced
jokes.
it. He paid $950,000, and he's innocent, but he paid $950,000 for those Indian guys to make those fake TikTok accounts that push your stuff.
You said $950,000
million he paid.
$950 million.
No, $950,000.
$950,000
to push. That's like 500 Bradley Martyn shorts a day. If you're paying out of pocket for that kind of marketing. And in a year of going on Fresh and Fit, he wasn't popping off. Doing this for 18 years, I did this 72,000 new followers in my first week. I already had 200,000. This shit's easy to me. Then David Dobrik's team reached out to me and they're like, we have a monopoly on this software that puts out 500 shorts of Zherka a day. It's $7,000 a week. I said, fuck off. They said, we're giving it to you for free, but you're going to stay with us. And I said, that's verbal. I'm not signing shit. They're like, that's fine. You're a man of your word. Say it on a podcast so you know you're not a fucking fake. I'm like, okay. They got me from 800 searches on TikTok in 1 week and a half to right now is 74 million. And I was like, what the fuck? They're like, yeah, you're not doing the back end stuff because you hate this shit. Just get on a microphone and feed us the clips. And now what's crazy is they said I could take a break from the internet for 10 years and they have enough clips retroactively for 4 years to recycle me to the top of YouTube. But they're amazed that I'm not taking a break. I'm coming here, I'm going there because like I'm in a rush. Before they shadow ban my name and stuff, they shadow banned me on Twitter. Still grew another 40,000.
Are you banned on YouTube?
No, I have a YouTube. I just gained 60,000 I hit today. So because I had 200,000 on Twitch, but I'm banned on Twitch. So
you do say some just reckless shit though. You know what I find interesting though is like we just got done talking about how like a lot of Hollywood and all these things are in control. Like even like YouTube and these platforms are not in control. It's not Christianity in control. So what are you talking about then? Right? Because if we're saying that like these, we're saying what is this? What is it? What do you?
I'll put an ad on.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucking sweating. My bad. Sorry. You're saying Christianity is not in control?
No. I'm saying like of these platforms, like the platforms themselves, right? People who are in control of them are not necessarily aligned with exactly what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, right? But the platforms themselves are not necessarily agreeing with that.
You're real as fuck because you're blowing me away that you're saying this. Because my position is that the top is it's a kekistocracy. I think that's ruled by incompetence. Actually, ruled by evil. I think the evil is at the top because even the Bible, it says all the material wealth goes to the evil ones. It's the fastest way to get to the top is like pull someone down. To be a billionaire, you have to like kill 500 people a year just to keep the position because it's not just 1,000 lawsuits a day. It's a mafia, right? Because remember, Bradley can have 2 million. Let's say we're billionaires. Bradley has 2 billion. Zherka has 1 billion. Who's richer? The violent guy who kills Bradley for the 2 billion. So it's not about money. It's about who's the most violent. The violent people are at the top. I'm not saying they're not going to come after me. I'm saying by the time they do, they're going to have too many Christians to deal with. I'm not your pastor, priest, or any of those. I'm not those YouTubers like Don. What's that guy's name? Who let go of the Trinity? Young Don. I'm none of those fucking YouTuber who doesn't believe in the Trinity anymore.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
But you believe in the Trinity, right? You understand the concept?
I understand. Yeah.
He let go of it as a Christian. The guy converts 2 people a day. I do 1,401 appearance because it's a psyop that Jesus was feminine, painted, Da Vinci painted feminine. It's a masculine position, the Father. I'm bringing it. We will never lose, because by the time we lose, it'll be end times. But this year, next year, fuck no. And if I have to have a Ferrari biting my tongue, my dick will never get hard. I need to be masculine. I agree that nobody wants my message at the top. You have no fucking choice. There's a cokehead on your ass now. You have no fucking choice.
Yeah.
You have no say in the matter.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Bradley.
I hear you. It's
I'm telling you, the only win in this world, it's a blink. Infinity is infinite.
Yeah.
I want to win, and people don't understand because like suffering feels so long on earth. But this is a blink. You're going to blink your eyes and be 80, and you'll be like, man, that cokehead, he brought me to Christ. I appreciate that guy. But if you blink, you're 80, and you don't have God, you just feed pigeons at the park, you might strangle the fucking pigeon to death. You might lose it. You need God. You need a wife so you don't hit Alzheimer's, because it's been proven married couples actually, they retain their youth way longer.
Where do you think I find a wife at, man? That's the question.
Not LA.
Not LA?
Have you tried LA? You fucked everything in LA.
I've tried LA.
You fucked a lot here.
I've lived here for a long time.
I'll tell you this. You have money. You have the looks. You have everything. The trinity of dating is really status, network, and looks. You have all of it. You have the trinity. And I say status because if you have just finances, 100 million in crypto, and you're a nerd, I mean, you're a fucking loser. You're not getting women, because then you want the high-level Instagram girls that are getting fucked by Logan Paul and millionaires who maxed out their trinity. You could have as much money as you want. If you're NFT, what did Andrew Tate say? The NFT monkey guys isn't getting pussy. So it's status. It's not just finance. But you have all this, and I wanted to tell you this, and my team thought it was a good idea, but I realize it's preachy if I tell you this.
Tell me what.
I would want you to go on a reality TV show around the world to third world countries, live good. You can get nice hotels and shit, but you could find your wife, Colombia. You could go anywhere and find like actually feminine women, and they're not pretending to be feminine. And you get to film your life, but you probably lose 10 pounds of lean body mass. Yeah. You're not going to work out hard. And
I got to train, man.
That's the thing though. How long?
How long do I have to train?
Like, how long is the obsession with weights going to be?
Forever.
Because no, your wife, when you have a wife, you actually have to pull back on weightlifting. You know that?
What if we both like can do it synergistically? We both love it. What if she loves it like I love it?
Has a woman ever loved it as much as you? Never. Come on, dude.
Well, not as much as me.
You name one fitness influencer you've dated who does the amount of days you do, the work, the trains when they're sick. That doesn't exist, bro. Stop it. You know I'm motivated.
I know
you know I'm motivated, girl, but not a Bradley level.
Yeah, I mean, I know one.
Who?
I can't say the name.
Well, why don't you date her? You don't want to motivate a woman because that's masculine. When women are successful, it's either they're an OnlyFans whore or they're Hillary Clinton ugly, but smart. That's why you want a broke girl from Colombia. The passport bros got it right here. And
bro, why is that a thing? This passport bro shit.
Because how old are you?
34.
34. I look older than you. I gotta stop with the crack, dude.
You do.
But 34, and you're just recycling or just smashing new fucking dimes. Clearly, the science experiment of LA failed. Like, fuck LA for you. And you're acting like going to third world, they're not hot. They're hotter. Go to Colombia. When I went to Colombia, the 40-year-old women look better than the 20-year-olds in Rodeo, Calabasas, wherever. I'm telling you. And I think you should do a Nelk-style YouTube vlog series, because the best part of your personality never gets shown. We see some episodes, but it's mostly gym. And it's like, dude, there's guys, I'll say some names and really hurt some names. I'm not going to do it, but most fitness industry guys are very boring. They just lift weights and put them down. You could actually have a reality show. You have the means, the money, everything, and you find your wife. And then you'll be like, oh shit, that was a good idea. You think you're going to find her in fucking Neo-Babylon, USA? Fuck out of here, bro. And you're in literally Babylon, Hollywood.
Yeah.
You're never gonna do it.
Fuck, man.
And she's got to be 18. That's the best way.
I don't care about that.
Why?
I mean,
18
why?
means
but maybe
a millionaire who's jacked and like fucking social, has friends and network and they're called chicks because they want a nest. She's getting this nest. You're not even getting a virgin. Go to the third world, get the virgin, bro. Haven't you worked hard enough?
I don't give a fuck though. You really think you want the virgin?
I don't mind if my wife is not a virgin. I'm really begging the question, why is the option not available for the hard workers who have millions?
I see what you're saying.
Is it fucking, they're getting everything with Bradley. What are you getting? Some nice Instagram ass? You have a million girls DMing you with the same ass. You're getting nothing. You've been cheated out of. If she dates you, she's admitting you are better than her because they only date up. They only date above, equal or above. Same height as me or taller. Same money as me or more. But it's always more. They only date up. So if they spread their legs, they're saying, hey, you're better than me. If I'm better than you, then shut the fuck up and do the dishes, bitch. The fuck?
Yo, you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
God,
Bradley, you think I'm fucked, but you don't know.
No,
you don't understand how much you're giving her.
No,
She's getting everything. She can't fucking do this for 20 minutes.
No, listen, dude. Trust me. I definitely want someone that's gonna help me with my dishes for sure.
But have you had that in LA? Never.
I've had it.
They pouting when they do it.
No, I've had it once. Like happy.
They're doing it happy?
Happy.
No.
And cooking good.
She's still not a virgin. She's washing your plate with herpes. That's what she's doing. We're getting cheated, bro.
Jesus.
Every girlfriend I've ever had, I said, stop fucking pouting. You're in a fucking $1 million fucking penthouse. You're pouting. And when she's doing the dishes, right? Legit, I don't even care if they're clean. I just want her to pretend she's doing something. She's fucking every girlfriend I ever had, they just stare at a mirror all day, waiting for me to fuck them, just doing their makeup.
I got a genuine question, man.
This is gonna blow. This is gonna blow up.
How much of this stuff though? Like genuinely, like I really want to ask you this as a human. You got to answer this honestly on the spot.
How much? Are for the light. I'm not trying to look like Andrew. Come fight me, Andrew. His boys.
Andrew's my guy. I'm going to fly to Romania and do a podcast with him.
From prison?
No,
through the bars?
He's not. I don't think he's in prison like that. He's still house arrest.
I know he's your guy, but if I don't call him out here, people are going to call me fake. They're going to be like, "What are you afraid Bradley's going to?" His boys jumped me. Did you see that?
I didn't know that. That's real.
I'm telling you, I can.
Bro, have you ever met him?
No, what the fuck? Why did I need an OnlyFans manager?
He's dope.
We know a million OnlyFans managers.
Yeah, I do. He's a nice guy, man. I had a good conversation with him. For like 3 hours.
I got banned defending him. I defended him for a year. And all I did was promote, hey, I'm talking to Andrew Tate today. You know, clickbait channels do that?
Yeah.
Just fake. I'm talking to Pokemon today. Just random. My team did one. His brother responds, actually, my brother has no plans of meeting you today or talking to you. I don't know why you're lying to your community. And he said, dork. And I said, bro, I defended you.
I saw that on Twitter.
You saw that?
Yeah.
I was like, after a year of these guys, I was getting banned. I was getting reported because I'm defending the traffickers or whatever. I said, do they do their research on every rising star red pillar? Yes. Do they stop them from growing? Yes. A lot of them have complained because they don't want competition for that Hustlers University. Even if you take 1% of their business, why the fuck would they ever call me a dork? Well, they don't know who you are. I have texts proving they know who I am. They're like Bruce Wayne. They pay attention to everything happening on the internet. Who's Sneeko staying with? Who's this? I'm like, they actually want to separate from me when I defended them? And it's all everywhere. I defended them.
You don't think it's because you're a little bit fucking radical? And I was going to ask you this. My question.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. As in, like, he's making us look bad.
No, it's like Andrew, like, you know, he did some shit. He said some shit, and it's like obviously it got to a point like where everyone's like, "Yo, what the fuck? This person's saying this." You're even more radical, in my opinion. Like you're even more like aggressive in things you say, right? So like that's kind of like you do want to create distance from stuff like that. Right. And I was going to ask you this. My question before we got into this talk about Tate was how much of this radicalness is really you?
If I was on a lie detector test, you'd kick me out. That's when you'd kick me out. If I was on a lie detector here, you'd be like, whoa. But again, I'm not answering that because I'm a comedian.
How much is really you, though?
It's all comedy. I don't believe any of this. Are you trying to take me to jail? What are you trying to do, Bradley? Whose team are you on here? I mean, this is just my team. My lawyers say it's just comedy. So. But the Christ part is real. And You're right. If that's the reason, I would have still attacked Andrew Tate for the clout. I love stealing the clout.
And that's why I think most people do it.
Yeah, but why didn't I do it for a year? Why did I defend them for a year?
Maybe you thought that you could have gotten close enough to be able to leverage it differently.
The dude made millions pretending to be a cam girl, getting men who are ejaculating.
Wait,
he's getting them off. There's a lot of material there for me to make fun of, and I didn't do it for a year. Men who are on the brink of ejaculating, the girls who are shaking their tits, they didn't talk to the guys enough. So he would be under a table. He bragged about this, typing, yeah, keep stroking that. And he would get them off for 8 hours a day. That's how he made his first million. And then he pretended like he didn't say that and shit. But there's podcasts. You can clip it up. I'm not trying. This is not a hit piece. I was the first one who said that's gay as fuck. But guys, I said to my community, don't talk about it. He's on our team still. We could just keep it rolling like the blue pill Hassan people do, Hassan Piker. They just keep it rolling when Hunter Biden is, doing crack with underage women. So I say, keep it rolling for our political operative. But again, that's the thing. Have you ever texted a man as he's ejaculating?
No.
Would you do it for millions? Well, you haven't done an OnlyFans, so I doubt it.
No.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
No.
Why?
I feel like the only way I could show up on OnlyFans is if I showed up on like if I had a girl and I showed up on hers, like if she did it.
You've done that?
No, I've never done that. But I could.
These girls are pressuring you though. You know they are.
I couldn't have an. It's like, what am I gonna do? Like fucking be like, look at my cock, like.
Well, you could do POV style where you don't talk.
But then I'm a porn star.
There's a reason you don't do it. It's a masculine thing. Whereas Andrew Tate would snap one day, I'm not making money. I guess I'll just film my cock getting sucked and shit like that. But the point is, I had so much material to attack the guy for a year and I didn't. So when they said dork, which is not really an insult, I said, finally, I get some clout now. So yeah, it is kind of like clout biting. But how many times have they clickbaited? They've clickbaited everything. Why can't I do it for them?
No, I'm not saying, bro, the internet's the internet. I get it. Like, I know how it works. But I think maybe your intentions with it were maybe you thought you would have gotten closer in a different way.
Well, when I was talking to behind-the-scene guys who work with them, I was stoked to be in the front lines. Myron's like, yo, you're going to be a part of the Red Pill Avengers. You're a rising star. We know you're going to pop off. Get on our shit. And I'm like, well, they're letting me in because Myron's very secure. You've met Martyn?
Yeah, I like Martyn.
He's not what the internet makes him out to be at all. Everyone in the circle, I'm not saying Martyn, but everyone in the behind the scenes said to me, Andrew Tate is not like that, where he wants an ally. Your competition to him, to Martyn doesn't give a fuck. I actually, when the comment section said Zherka's more extreme than Martyn, makes him look mild, he wore a costume the next day and went more extreme than me. I got out of the shot and my manager's like, get the fuck out of the shot. I just walked out of the shot.
Who wore what are you talking about?
Martyn Gaines went on Sneako's Rumble stream with me, wore a KK outfit and made monkey sounds at Abba Preach for 4 fucking hours.
Fuck, dude?
Yeah. Just to prove
is this clip on the internet?
He boomed. He went viral for this.
Holy shit.
And he changed his profile picture to Preach and Donkey Kong.
Bro, what the fuck are y'all doing?
And that's what blew me away is that Martyn doesn't say, I'm not platforming Zherka because he's going to beat me. He said, I'll compete. And I said, bro, you can never do that again. And he's like, all right, that's fine. The whole internet called me a pussy. They're like, put the robe on. I don't have the pigment to get away with that one. It's like you and Martyn, you got to wear the robe.
Fuck no. I would never do that.
But yeah, that was the most extreme. He even got the dreads as like a wig. Look at the photo, bro.
Are you serious?
I
did not see this shit.
And that's why they're saying Zherka's the worst influence. But I told him, stop it. Don't do it. I
just think you're super fucking radical, dude. Like your shit is like, I'm
mild.
You're mild?
Who's someone who's super radical is like those guys on the internet. Yeah, I punched my wife in the face. Those kind of like low viewer channels.
What?
Like I used to hit women and stuff. Those are radical to me. I mean, I'm a softie. I've never hit a woman yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's a joke.
Yeah, no.
Why are you doing that? Is that one bad?
No. That was not bad. That was not bad.
Because my team,
that was funny.
I
make that joke all the time on YouTube.
My team said you can appreciate Bradley Martyn for having you on and give him all the great funny stuff. But if they cut out 80% of it and don't use it, you snake Bradley. So I'm wondering how much you're going to cut out.
I want to see you try to snake me.
Well, if I'm saying any jokes that get edited out, I'm kind of like taking away from your business, right?
If you say any jokes that get edited out
that we can't use. So you know what I mean? I'm kind of damaging the podcast, right?
Not really.
That's why my team was so worried. They're like, dude, Bradley's doing you a big favor because very few people want to have me on. They're very scared of me. They're like, he's doing you a big favor. Don't snake him by saying crazy shit where he can't upload it.
Yeah, there's a whatever. There's some stuff we got. You got it.
Here, go on your phone. Actually, Myron. No, they said for Bradley Martyn, give him everything. They said all the clips that you're saving for the big podcast, do it on Bradley Martyn. Do it on Bradley Martyn's because he's the only guy you'll recognize. Because they gave me a list of people I'm going on.
Yeah.
And they're like, do you know any of these guys? I was like, oh, I watched Bradley for years. So I don't know, Mike Sartain and shit.
I don't know him either. What am I looking at?
Okay, here's on my Twitter. I'll search up Myron.
What are you guys doing, bro? I don't get it. You guys are just trying to cause drama or what?
He's doing monkey sounds. And
Myron, I see him, yeah.
Because I said Preach looks like a caveman. So I said, you need to evolve. And they said, she's making a monkey joke. Bro, it's Zherka. I'll admit it. I don't give a fuck. I'll be rich either way. I wasn't making a monkey joke. I was making a caveman joke, like a spear chucking joke. But Myron started going, and I'm like this. And my whole team, my investors, everyone's like, what is he doing? Zherka, you already made a caveman joke. What is he doing? And I'm like, Myron, you've done enough like monkey sounds. He did it for 4 hours twice in 2 different streams. Look at this, bro. Look at him as
you guys are fucked, man. It's just fucked. It's like
but the whole point I'm trying to make is that Myron is the real red pill, honest guy. He's not afraid of competition. He welcomes it. I don't think the Tate brothers want competition at all, right? Because everyone, like, I'll show you after, but everyone who watches my stuff, like people are like, aren't you worried this YouTuber's going to hate you and send their army after you? I'm like, good, because once they see one of my clips, it only takes 2 clips to become a cult-like fan of mine. I've been doing this for years. I know there's people, I could kill someone and they'd say that motherfucker deserved it. That's what my community's like. So check this out. Any hate I get on the internet, it only lasts 24 hours until I boom into a
It is interesting how the internet has like really shifted over the last few years, where there is like a real, it's like shit just happens and then everyone just forgets it. Like very fast.
Like I forgot about the Sneeko Charlie thing already. And Sneeko's in the wrong. Just attacked him for 2 months straight. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What was that about? And I said, Sneeko, why are you attacking him for 2 months? I met Charlie on a podcast. He's the only guy who had the balls hysterically laughing at all of my jokes. The Moist Critical guy.
Yeah.
Hysterically laughing. So everyone on the podcast finally was like, okay, we can laugh at Zherka's jokes. And I'm like, and I asked my team, I was like, or I had one guy back then. I'm like, why does he not care that he'll get canceled for laughing at my jokes? And then they're like, oh, Charlie's known for giving half his fucking YouTube money for 10 years to charity. Like, this guy's actually a good person. Is that true?
I don't know. I've never
It's
met
Logan
the guy.
Paul I hate.
Why?
Do you know who Mike Malek is, his boyfriend?
I know Mike. I like Mike.
No, you don't.
I do.
What did he do to you that made you like him?
I have a great conversation with him.
Mike Malek. I asked him one question, what is a whore? And I was making the point that him who attacks the right wing and the left to look fair, I guess, and he wants the centrist position to make the most money possible, he will never admit what a whore is. Whereas I'll tell you what a whore is, right? Go every woman on earth, right? Unless they're boomers like our moms.
Every woman on earth is a whore?
Our age, not our moms.
Okay.
But everyone can define whore. I asked him just to prove the point that he's going to fence it and never answer. For 40 minutes, he didn't answer. And then he finally said, honestly, the answer is, I don't care. I don't care what a whore is. That's the truth, John. What? You cared when you attacked Pearl she said whore, and then you attacked her. You care about the word in every other scenario, but when you're asked to define it, I don't care. I don't want to define it. What is a whore, Bradley? Can you answer it?
I'm assuming a chick who's had sex with a fuck ton of dudes.
Well, I guess it would be a prostitute who gets paid for it.
Or a girl who like has someone and then she just fucking cheats and has like a bunch of fucking meaningless sex.
You see, you answered it, but imagine if you asked me that and I avoided answering it for 40 minutes, and then the final answer was, I don't care, Bradley. Wouldn't you say to yourself, not only did I make my point that you're too phony to admit you'll never answer this question because a feminist might be watching, same people who destroyed Logan's Japan fucking vlog life, they destroyed his life, and they want to appease these people and they want to get on their good side. They'll never be on your side.
But what does Mike have to do with Logan Paul?
Well, I'm saying that all those Hollywood kind of characters are all phonies. They're all blue pill phonies. Like when people are trying to say, "Oh, Bradley's not going to like you," Zherka and stuff. I'm like, I'll bet you anything. I said on my Discord, I'll bet you anything he'll answer what a whore is. And they're like, people actually doubted you. You fucking answered it like that. And I don't care about the answer. I care that you answered it. I don't give a fuck about definition. Definition is kind of wrong because isn't it someone you pay, like a prostitute?
Yeah, a whore is someone. A whore is someone who takes money for sex.
Yeah, or we could say like if we got cheated by our
yeah, like if you're like you're if I have a girl and she's like fucking a bunch of other people, you might be like, yo, I'm verbally. You're like this. She was a whore.
Yeah, the point is, I didn't care what you said. I just care that you have the balls to instinctively answer.
Why would I not answer that?
You think Mike Malek would answer that right now if he was sitting here? Fuck no. Nelk Boys would. Would Mike Malek do it? Never. Logan, who said you can be manly wearing a dress. These guys are getting kids to wear a fucking dress, and then these kids cut their wrists. Because when you think of the best mental health you've ever had in your life, you were fucking masculine. But when you think of the worst mental health you've ever had in your life, the most feminine, weak day of your life, easily. They're intentionally misleading the youth to appease the corporate media and these liberal titans. And if these liberal titans, they don't care. They're never, ever going to say, good job, Logan. They're going to say, aren't you that Japanese force guy? Which, by the way, to just because I'm fair, it wasn't just Logan that fucked up. It was 11 people on his team who said, yeah, upload that shit. 11 people on his team said it's a good idea for him to upload the dead body. But yeah, my point is they keep attacking my side. I don't want to say red pill. I'll say the right.
Who's attacking it?
Mike Malek, Logan. They keep attacking any position we have. Don't wear a dress. They attack that and they say this is insecurity. So I'm going to hit back and say, what you guys are doing is right.
Interesting. I'd love to get Mike on here.
You think you do it
with you?
Because a lot of people are like, this guy's a cokehead. This guy, am I a cokehead or do I just do Adderall?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's just a marketing gimmick. Have I done sniffles? And I did that when I was going viral. I don't need to do that.
Vu right now. You ever get that?
Like you've met me before?
No, like we've done this before.
I swear to God.
So that means yes, we met before.
I swear to God, Bradley, the whole time I was talking to you, I feel like I'm watching a video. Like we've already done this.
I think it's because you've seen a lot of videos with me, though.
Yeah. So why are you seeing it?
I don't know.
You've seen one clip and then you're like, yeah, I'll have you on.
I've seen a bunch of clips. I'm like, this guy's fucking crazy. I want to
what?
Talk
Fresh
to
Fit?
I've seen a lot of their stuff because I like Myron stuff. I've seen you just to say random shit. I've seen you with Sneeko as well.
Which ones? You watched the blindfold stuff?
Not the blindfold stuff. You're in the room.
Okay.
I saw a little interview clip. There was, I think Aiden was there, Mike was there.
Oh, you saw the Malek one where he got triggered with me.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing. I saw bits of it.
Do you know why I called him out?
No.
I felt everyone said, yo, you could be good with Logan. You know, they'll find you funny. I knew there are people, I met them at parties. Everyone's like, Logan's going to love you. And believe it or not, I'm so honest, right? My yes means yes. My no means no. I've had gay dreams before. I'm so honest. I'm not trying to look tough here. I watched Impulsive more than any other podcast. I love it, right? Because it's literally like watching Owen Wilson, fucking cheese string head ass, fucking Logan trying to understand the world. It's hilarious to me. Mike kind of keeps the show together, and Spencer's just a fucking soy boy bitch. But I love the podcast. I love the dynamic. I love the guests. But the whole time I'm watching, I'm thinking to myself, there will be a crossroads of destiny where I have to choose money in Hollywood or to ask Logan, what the fuck is your brother doing in the underworld in a basement? You know what I'm saying now? You know what I'm saying? His younger brother, Jake Paul, enters, and I've done that before, but not a breathing exercise with a psychic team that costs $1 million. He goes into a basement to enter a non-ordinary psychic, Freemasonic-like psychic state.
You talking about the breathing?
You've seen it.
Yeah, but
was it a fair question I asked Mike?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know that
HBO,
he has
Showtime, was it?
He has a breathing coach, and they do breathing exercises.
But he said it triggers him into hysterically crying and hysterically laughing, which is a type of psychosis, and he's allowing spirits into him to punch harder.
He said that
on Showtime.
He said he's allowing spirits into him to punch harder.
He said his career is spiritually charged.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean he's allowing spirit. He's not saying I'm allowing spirits into me to like punch harder.
Well, if you watch the clips, you'll know what I'm saying is like, I'm not trying to frame him because I like Jake more than Logan. The kid can crack. If I saw Jake on the street, I'll fuck him up. If I saw Jake in a boxing ring, even though he's smaller than me, he'd fucking piece me up. Like when we're doing rounds and I'm gassing out from all the cigarettes, you know what I mean? Like Jake can crack hard. But now I'm thinking, how long has he been doing that kind of psychic work? And do you believe in that stuff? Or is it just
the spirituality stuff, like the breathing exercise, all that stuff? Yeah.
Or do you believe that there's invisible impulses that crisscross in the psyche to tell you to rape, murder, kill? Do you believe in an invisible world of impulses?
I don't know about that tell you to murder and kill, but I do believe that like there is energy for sure that you.
But you believe in demons?
I guess so.
You do?
Like the same way you believe in God.
You actually believe that, because if you believe in demons, you won't like what Jake Paul's doing. Brad, you'd be like, what the fuck? You won't like it at all. You'd be like, whoa, what the fuck is he allowing in him?
But you're just saying that under the notion that you're saying that he's allowing demons into himself. Like you're just automatically assuming
spirits. That. You want to use the word spirits? Sounds it's either the Holy Ghost or nothing.
Well, I don't necessarily know it in that sense. This is more like energy, right? Like garnering energy, like do the breathing exercises.
But he wears a cross. He says he's a Christian. Why would he do that?
So then why? So if he's doing that, why do you think he's allowing demons in and not just like some sort of good energy?
Because none of the ritual has amen in Jesus' name, nothing from the Bible. And you're not allowed, just like Freemasons who say, I'm a Christian, but I go to a Masonic temple, not a church, but I'm a Christian because I'm York Rite. I'm not Scottish Rite and blah. Dude, if you do a ritual, initiation ceremony, anything that doesn't end in Jesus' name, amen, it's considered satanic in the Bible. You cannot. The Jesuit order, the liberal order in the Vatican, they take an oath, but not to Christ. Are you telling me they're Catholics? Fuck no. Whatever the fuck that ritual he's doing is, and I know what it is, I know you could get a lot of money, working with these spirits and stuff. Manny P. Hall, one of the greatest Freemasons of all time. He's a Canadian author. He wrote, this is not a joke. To control the elements and the invisible forces of nature is real. That's why the top is not royalty.
But why are you assuming that it's just negative and not positive?
Because positive means you sweat from the brow, like Jesus. It means you do hard work. Negative is you boom, get rich, knockout power. And a lot of people are saying he can't box. Jake can box, and he can crack hard. When he fought Gibb, remember he fought Gibb?
Yeah.
I was reacting to it, and my channel's like, dude, Zherka, you don't fight, but you're good at like analyzing fights. I said, I'm not good. Let's put money to it. We do a $5,000 bet. We'll watch Street Beefs. We watched 40.
I love that shit.
I know.
I love that shit.
We got to react to it. That would be so funny if we're reacting to it. But I watched Street Beefs, and we had a rule, $5,000 bet with Chad. We only see their jab and their stance. So maybe like 3 seconds of the clip, and we have to predict who wins the fight.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
My chat got it right 20% of the time, and right, we saw other streamers do it. I got 45 fights, 44 of them correct in a row, just from seeing one jab. That's all I had to see. And I did it all live. So it's like, I'm not cheating. And they chose the content. I didn't want to watch it.
I want to see that.
Yeah. So I just can see it. I used to do a bunch of cocaine and just watch John Jones all day because I wanted to be safe in a street fight. Yeah. So let me tell you, when I watched Gibb training with Shane Mosley, was it?
Yeah.
And Big Bear.
Wait, you mean Jake?
Jake Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately when I watched him with Gibb, I said, Jake can box. Back then, I said that. There's clips. Everyone laughed at me. As he progressed.
Yeah, then everyone's like, oh, shit. He
now box. They're saying he can't because he lost to Tommy. Tommy's not supposed to do that much. He's not supposed to do that much damage to a real boxer. Jake can crack. Jake's a good fighter.
Yeah.
And I bet Jake's, what's his name? Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Not Logan.
Yeah.
The shorter one.
Yeah, Jake Paul.
Jake, I bet you think he has the temperament to punch, whereas Logan's more soft and shit, more of a wrestler. But I think Jake could actually street fight too. I think he could fuck up someone on the street too. But where did it come from? He wasn't like that when he fought that little midget kid, KSI's brother. Deji. Maybe he's working with demons. I don't know. I just want to ask the question.
Maybe he's just been training for fucking how many years now?
But Mike Malek, whose job is to be the informative guy, never admit that, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, Zherka, but it was on Showtime, and you react to everything. If it's on Showtime, their biggest budget project of that kid's career, your best friend's brother's career, you know what I'm talking about, that basement ritual. So when he didn't answer, that's when I got angry. It's not that I'm a bad guy. It's that I had two choices, either network and get on Impulsive somehow one day, or go with Christ and say, you guys are on some satanic Hollywood shit. I went with Christ. I'm not a bad guy. Just ask a question.
You don't think that it's just some breathing work, like breath work. That's what it is.
Can I have this?
Yeah, you can drink that. That has caffeine in it, though. Did you just have caffeine? How much caffeine you?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as you don't hear it in the mic.
Yeah.
You said it's just breathing work.
It's breath work.
But why would Jake say, there's definitely something spiritual charging my career? That's like word for word.
I mean, spirituality doesn't mean like it's something negative, though. Like it's breath work and like focusing inward and like your intention and like your all that thought process.
Have you done breath work where you start crying, ha, 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 laughing like the Joker? Have you ever done that?
I've done breath work, but I haven't done that. But I do know the way that it feels. You do feel like in like a different state. You could feel sometimes high, but like I don't know about like laughing like hysterically or crying.
But if I was to do breath work in your house, let's say we're doing a gym vlog, like Bradley, Martyn, Zherka, biggest names. Zherka ditch Sneeko because Bradley is just better content with Bradley, right?
Yeah,
two good-looking guys take down bitches. We're doing a vlog, but you walk in this room and see me doing breath work, and I'm sobbing, crying, and then I'm laughing like the Joker. Why the fuck is he doing that? But for Jake, you let it slide. The point I'm trying to make is,
there you go. Almost
a perfect podcast. Damn. I almost did it.
Dude,
bro.
you almost did it. Maybe
what was I saying?
You needed a cigarette. The cigarette.
Right, Jake Paul, right? Damn, if we edit that out, they'll say that this is the greatest podcaster of all time. But and you know what's funny? The stuff that interests me, I made cue cards and I studied how to be a podcaster when I podcasted for a year. Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, Alex Jones, Trump. There's all the buzzwords I studied. So everything that comes out of my mouth gets clipped up because I'm in a rush to get famous and rich. But it's not fake because it actually interests me.
It's funny.
Like there's a lot of aliens, gets a lot of views. I don't talk about it. I don't believe in it. But Jake Paul thing, a lot of people said I'm just bullying Mike Malek because I'm just yelling at him. And I called him a dumb liberal bitch and a whore. And I said, I define a whore for you. You're a whore. I don't think I was bullying because it all started from Zherka. I don't want to answer your question. And I said,
yeah, but like he's entitled to not answer your fucking question though.
But the point is, I said you won't answer it, and he said, yes, I will.
Oh,
like it's one of those like, this is what I don't like about you blue pillars. You won't answer me. And he said, I'll answer anything. You know, it was one of those. It was like a challenge.
Oh,
not word for word. This is making me look fake right now, but it was like he was stepping up to the plate, and then said, fuck you. So I was kind of like, dude, you're wasting my time. Like I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire where Logan takes 20% of me.
Wait, so he actually said he wasn't going to answer it, or he said
honestly, I don't care, Brad.
No, but he was going to answer it first.
Yeah. When you watch the clip, you'll be like, he kind of took me on the merry-go-round. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but again, he attacked our side. He said, you know, our side hates women. It's just incels. And are we incels, or do we just call women whores?
I mean,
incel means I don't fuck them. I hate them, but I hate fuck them. I'm not an incel.
You hate fuck them?
Yes. Well, you make love, Brad?
So, yeah.
You all that muscle and you're making love to them?
Yeah, you do a little bit of both, man.
I can't even get hard unless I'm calling her a loser. Like you'll never.
What?
Yeah, unless I'm calling her a loser. Like I'm into that kind of play.
Whoa, bro.
Whoa. LA girls love that.
But like I'm not being like you fucking loser.
When you're fucking her, what are you saying? I love you?
No, it depends.
What's the meanest thing you said?
I'm not saying that shit.
Maybe I'm with the wrong girls.
Yeah. I mean, I've said some shit, but I don't call them losers. Not the word I'm using.
Oh, dude. The only thing that makes me and her bust harder than me calling her a loser is when she actually got fired that day. And I mean it. Like, you got fired from your job, you fucking loser. She comes so hard. Then she talks to me and says, what the fuck? But she comes hard because whether she's a good girl, moderate, or extreme radical, they all come to toxic. Why I'm toxic? Because, Brad, if you watch my content, I'm the only pickup artist that has 99% success rate for $1,000. $1,000.
I don't even believe that.
We did it live where chat says, pick that girl. There's 100 girls downtown. They pick one, $1,000 if I get her in less than a minute. It was always 9 seconds. Always 8, 9 seconds.
What do you get? What do you mean get it? You just have a conversation with her?
No, get the phone number, socials, everything.
Socials.
Yeah.
So
but we don't, the clock doesn't go, the clock doesn't keep going. When she says, yes, I'll give it to you, we cut the clock. So it's not like me writing her phone is in the clock.
Okay.
And we make sure it's the real number.
And they're picking randoms. Chat is picking.
It's all over the internet. I have 1 million clips.
Really?
And they're hot. They're hot girls. Yeah. I'm number one in pickup and master pickup artists who write books.
This is verifiable. Stats are verifiable.
You couldn't compare me to any pickup artist. Go.
What? No, I don't know any. I don't know any.
Who does that on YouTube? That's not fake content.
I don't know. I don't watch any of that kind of content.
Nobody does it live besides me.
So they're picking people and you're going to do it live.
Yeah. So this is how I made money. This is the only way I could make money in the beginning. Now I talk about Christ.
Damn. So they were paying you like via chat, like I'm assuming Twitch.
Donation, yeah.
And to just like, if you can get that, we're going to donate.
Yeah. Or because women wouldn't see my name, they wouldn't check mark me on Twitch. I didn't have a verification. I said, instead of verification, how I will market myself, if I get VIP in every Twitch girl's chat, then everyone will know who I am, because then I'll have a little badge. I'll have some status. And then that's the first time I started making $20,000 a month, because people are like, whoa, watching how you pick up girls is insanity. Because I don't say like, how are you when she's like doing her e-girl stream. I'll say, what is your spirit animal? And they saw that it worked with the smart girls, the dumb girls, the snobby girls. It worked with all of them. And they're like, you don't change your game for a lawyer or a doctor? I'm like, no, because a woman, she only wants to feel a sense of play from a man, because then she goes, Zherka, you're keeping me young, in her subconscious. Because her biggest fear is that you're a murderer. So if you have a Ferrari, bitch, get in. She's not going to get in because, he might kill me. But if she's hot and she says, Brad, I want to suck your dick, and you don't know her, you might get your dick sucked in an alley. You're not going to be like, you're a murderer. Her biggest fear, if you look at Freudian psychology, and this is all in my Date IQ series coming up, her biggest fear is that you're a murderer. So I'd get on podcasts with dating coaches and I'd be like, you guys made millions of dollars, but none of you can admit, none of you can actually tell me what the point of a date is. What's the point of a date?
To see if you are going to be a good, like, compatible. Point of a date.
That's not really what you're thinking about. What's the point of a date? Go ahead.
To fuck. Yeah. Is that what you're going towards?
What's the point? All right, I'll just answer it. The point of a date is to lower anxiety from 100% to 0 as the sun sets, so she sucks the skin off your dick.
I just said both those things, bro. But compatibility and to fuck. I just answered that.
If I know her and I are compatible, how is her anxiety lower?
Because you're more compatible, motherfucker.
That never works. She's just gonna be like, okay, I'm ready to suck dick.
No, but like that's the whole point of the date is compatibility. It's like, how are you discerning?
The point of the date is for the guy we're trying to fuck.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
But that's not what your goal should be. Your goal should be to grab her anxiety, drop it to 0. That's when they start sitting on your lap.
Compatibility.
No, because
it's a version of that. It is a version of that.
They're compatible with me.
Jesus Christ. I'm just saying it's a version of her figuring out, like, is she compatible with you? Am I compatible with her? Are you guys getting more comfortable?
Most of the girls who suck my dick know that I'm not marrying them. It's not about that. It's me lowering their anxiety to 0, and they're like having fun, because when they're in a state of play, they're saying, you're keeping me youthful. That's why they fiend after those guys. Why? Their biggest fear is that you're a murderer. That's why players do so good with women. They're surrounded by women. So they go, Zherka got a lot of girls. He's not going to strangle me to death. Bitch, I might. You don't trust men, right? But it's a joke. But they would never sit in a dark room with their moderator, because like he's never seen a woman before. He might do something, but with a player, it's like, bitch, give me some water and shit. She goes, I feel cozy. He's had 1 million girls. If I piss him off, he'll go to another one. He's not going to strangle me to death. That's why they like you have to show them social proof. The point of the date is to drop her anxiety to 0. How do you do that? You enter the archetype of her older brother. When she's your girlfriend, immediately change to her father. That's it. That's the authoritative position. When I talk to a girl, whether she's a lawyer or doctor, I'm her older brother. Everything she says is wrong. You might say, oh, what do you want to eat? Oh, yeah, I like tuna too, and blah, blah. No, my best pickups are, I like your toes. You got the same toenail color as a pedophile. And she starts laughing uncontrollably. What the fuck? But she's in a state of play. If I said, what do you do for work? She literally thinks, he's making me feel old. We're getting political. All the conversations are about play. We put Disney movies on. It's all childish. Like Arthur Schopenhauer said, one of the greatest minds, he said, I've come to the conclusion that women never age up from a child's mindset. And they really don't. That's why you give them $1 million. They buy IKEA furniture and don't invest and lose all of it. How many of them lose it?
What about the ones that like restoration hardware and shit?
Restoration
hardware. What the ones who like that?
Hillary Clinton masculine types, we don't want them. Out of the equation.
Yeah.
So if she's an OnlyFans girl, millions of followers, and if you've been to their apartments, they're broke. I was like, when they come to mind, they're like, you're in a penthouse with 200,000 followers. I said, bitch, 300,000. I went on Fresh and Fit. Yeah, but yo, they have 10 million. What was that? Amanda Cerny. Was it Amanda Cerny? She has 27 million on Instagram.
Something like that, yeah.
She came on Twitch for one day, and I started brigading with my community, 2,000 viewers. And I'm like, here we go. She's live. 27 million followers, and she only got 150 views. And she said, if you guys don't subscribe, I'm not doing this. It's not worth it for me. And she got clipped up for saying this. She got to be the biggest loser in influencer history. 27 million net pool. And she was active, not like she took a break. If you had 27 million and you went live and 150 people showed up, that's when you kill yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you hang it up.
Who is she? That's the biggest loser. And I have nothing against her. I don't know who she is. I don't even think she's
pretty
hot.
nice. I've met her.
I'm sure she's a sweetheart. Yeah. Sweetheart, you're a fucking loser. Yo, Brad, I guarantee you, if Brad and I went live on this and didn't do a vlog, 2 hours, 3 times a week, we would easily be 50,000 viewers. Women can never be that interesting. Their biggest star is Pokimane. She gets my viewer count when I'm peaking. She's a joke.
What?
You know, the top 500 accounts on Twitch or top 1,000 are men, and they're not just beating Pokimane by 10,000 viewers. They're beating her by 400,000 peak viewers. Like, it's not even fair. Like, women they're not made for this work shit. Like Pokimane.
Yeah,
it's my turn. She's sweet. I met her. We had good content together, actually. I won her over. Yeah, she thought it was cute. Now she hates me because she sees me like, you know,
probably saying shit like this.
She's like, he's gonna invade Poland. I'm like, I'm a comedian, bro.
Yeah.
They suck. When you want to pick up a girl, keep her in a state of play and don't change from who you are. They always want to soften
what do you
you
think?
up.
So what do you think the biggest mistakes men make are when they're trying to pick a woman?
100% is the one I made. And relatively recently, like 4 years ago, I love that bitch. Which men, you're not supposed to fall in love with your wife ever. She falls in love with you because she needs a bridge to God. Man has to be in love with God. That's it. Because remember, you cannot protect her if you don't love God, because it keeps you strong. If you love her, you get soft. You can't punch as hard. Criminals come in your house, you're fucked. But if you're Khabib, right? I'm not saying you got the right religion, but the mindset, biggest mistake we all make, we start to be so cozy that, you know, maybe I'll make less jokes about fat women. My girlfriend here, let's say it's Mindy, my girlfriend right now. Those fat jokes are hurting her because she's got a fat aunt, like a bowling ball, 2 shoes at the bottom, cardiac arrest type, fat ass, ugly bitch. So I said, you know, I'm going to spare your mom, right? Or Becca, a good friend of mine, she's a single mom. I hate saying it. Single moms are the biggest fucking losers on earth. 80% chance that their kid grows up to be a serial killer, criminal. Single moms are cause all the evil and chaos on earth. It really comes from, you know, marriage has to come back. We need a Catholic theocracy, but women leave you when they go, I met Brad in a green tank top. He was so awesome. But a year from now, he started wearing salmon and baby blue because I told him it's cute. He lost to a woman. He's not the same guy. Her pussy gets wet for the guy she met. So you're not supposed to change. Because then she goes, what's Brad going to do tomorrow? This guy's losing to a fucking 100-pound girl. You fuck petite ones. I know who you fuck. You fuck what I fuck. And you're there first. So I'm like, yo, make me famous. I got to beat Brad. Yes. You know, I'll give this. This sounds like sucking up, but fuck Brad. He's evil and blue pill. But no, you're not. Mike Malek is evil. This sounds like sucking up, but you're the only YouTuber who doesn't fuck ugly women. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Should we start saying names?
No,
Logan's the worst, bro.
We're not saying no names.
Logan, you're way too pretty for somebody. I'll get you women, Logan. Like, but all these famous YouTubers who are studs and stuff, their girlfriends look like these women should sue their parents. They're so fucking, and they have millions of followers.
You know what I find interesting?
You will fuck whether he fucks a 200,000 follower girl or a million. That bitch's waist is petite. She got ass. All of her joints are skinny. Not too much makeup. She wears her hair up when she sucks dick and goes to the gym. Which for him is you have a gym in your house, right?
No. I own a gym down here. I own 2 gyms.
You fuck them in the gym?
I have in the past. I have.
Every girl you fuck, they all wear their hair up. I love that shit. Like the housewife shit. You know what I'm saying? You got some blondes that put their hair up and shit. Yeah, and you're telling them to do that because how are you fucking all the ones that kind of do the same? And you like brunette, blonde, and then one nice.
I don't really like blondes too much.
Yeah, blondes. When you look at them in your bed, it looks like a stranger. But a brunette, that's your wife. A blonde is a whore. I'm saying you just get your dick sucked. Use her, fucking leave, repent.
I stopped. Those aren't even like that's. I'm like
blondes are a turn off, but we fucked a lot. I'm 7 women. I've been inside of 7 women total. 7. Well, 8 maybe. Yeah, 8. Excuse me, because of Mindy.
7.
8 because I have a girlfriend right now.
Wow.
And head count, getting my dick sucked, over 1,000 in less than 2-3 years. More than rappers. Rappers used to pay me $1,000.
Why so much head and not so much sex?
Because no matter what timeline I'm in, whether I'm agnostic or always been terrified of abortion, because that's like sacrificing to Moloch. So, but it wasn't that. I'm trying to look cool for the Christians. That's a big one. The biggest one. Early age, when I started getting into dating, I'd be shaking scared on my first date because I lost my virginity at 21, almost 20 years old, turning 21. And not head, like vagina. I was very scared. I was like very nervous to talk to women. And I was a good looking guy, but couldn't. I look like Muslim Justin Bieber. I look pretty good. But back then, no roids, no fucking fucked up look, no scars and shit, no cut knives and weird shit on my body or these kind of like stretch marks and shit. Bro, they tried, 2 of them that I dated, and they were friends, but not after me. They tried to get pregnant when I was 21. When I was new to dating, because I didn't know they just want a tall, hairy guy. They tried to get pregnant, and it almost happened.
That's scary.
And then every woman after that would get angry when I pulled out condoms. I didn't know how to open them and shit, and they get turned off. But I was like, how come no woman's ever asked me to put on a condom? If you're a tall guy, I bet you anything, no woman's ever said, Brad, put it on. And this is the black pill. 10% of men are fucking all the women. I think it's like 5 at this point. Man. With YouTube, no woman asked you to put a condom on. 99% of listeners all heard from their crush. Put that thing on. Do you know what that means? These people are headed to the highest level of despair and depression. That's how unfair the world is. And now, if we're in a Catholic theocracy, all of them would be guaranteed 1 virgin for marriage by state, by biblical law, by theocratic law. I would fix all the problems.
Dude. So let me give you a theoretical then, because I just find this interesting now. If you had all the control, like all the power in the world, what would you do to fix it then?
Marriage.
Yeah. You'd
divorce is illegal. Illegal.
This is you as like
guillotine.
This is you as like not president, but like world leader.
King.
King. I like king. Right. Yeah, if you were king of the world, how would you fix it? This is funny.
I would, honestly, before the Bible and everything, you have to get married at 16 years old. You have to.
Interesting.
And you have to be mature by 16. Meaning, if you're a boy, you have to be able to hunt and pray, and worship must be taught. So we will teach you how to pray. And if you're a girl, you have to learn to be the passive lunar principle in nature, which means nurturing. 90% of human communication is nonverbal. That means shut the fuck up, bitch.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop, bro. Bro, it's too funny, bro.
You want to see me be in your head? It looks bad. I've never had one day with my girlfriend, any girlfriend in my past, where I'm not just touching her leg or playing footsie. 99% of the time, they're smiling because I'm just doing this with my.
What are you doing? Are you playing footsie with me right now?
Look at me.
Why are you doing that?
I do that so she's smiling because she feels comfort. 90% of human communication is nonverbal. When I say shut the fuck up, it doesn't mean I'm mad at you. It means I want to do that in quiet. Lowers her anxiety and mine, and we finally are honest with each other. And that's when they tell you the truth. And that's when the relationship, the bond really forms. A caveman understands their wife more than you. You could sit down with a liberal woman, talk for 2 hours and be like, what the fuck is this bitch saying? What are you talking about? That Bernie Sanders and we blah, 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 blah. Our parents blah, blah, blah all day and then get divorced. Blah, blah, blah is not the answer, bro. The woman need to shut the fuck up. The man is the active.
It's just when you say it's just so funny.
If you look at the Kabbalion or any ancient text that lasted throughout history, they all said that the moon is the woman and the sun is the man. That's why the sun laps it. The solar principle, the masculine. What define masculine? Go.
The definition of masculine?
Yeah, like everyone says a different one. These lights are killing me. I'm not trying to look like a douchebag.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And I'm selling merch, so I got to sell these shades.
Yeah, all good. I guess I'm thinking like just assertive, like more dominance, like confidence. All those things are defining of like what.
Oh, your definition is good.
Yeah,
because you said temperament, assertive.
Yep.
Would you say temperament?
Well, yeah, I mean, assertive is like a version of like what your temperament would be. It'd be assertive.
Yeah, because if you say muscles is masculine, what about Khabib?
No.
So you're saying temperament. That's my answer to
yes. Yeah.
So we'll just use the word temperament. I like this. You're the only person in history to get this right, and it's true. But the temperament is active. Burglar comes in, you're active. You're not passive. When you look at your depressed self, what is depression? Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, no one can define it. Like this, keep it going because I can't do this tomorrow. It's only right now if I'm flowing. But check this out. My twin brother would debate me and challenge my ideas. And I'm way more radical than him. He's just a therapist and stuff like that. But he said why he's the highest paid therapist in the Lower Mainland where I'm from. And he's got a nice building. He's getting married. He's just living the perfect Christian life. And he's not even faithful. He doesn't even have a religious practice. He just likes reading about that stuff. I'm pretending, I'm not pretending. Well, I am. I'm not married. I'm not living like a Christian. I'm like some fucking fake Christian here. He's doing it right, but he's not claiming or spreading the gospel. So fuck that shit. He said to me when I was the most depressed, he said, you're trying to take your own life. I said, no. He said, no, you're knocking on that door. I said, no. He's like, you are. Look at you, no girlfriend, no job, fucking sleeping on couches, doing drugs. Your next step
you're on the route.
He said, you're exactly like clients I have. I can't go in detail about my clients, but these are the people I talk to. He said, listen to me. Depression, my brother, because he's 5 minutes older, which means he's the masculine force. I'm the weaker force. I see him like almost as a prophet. He used to do my homework. He raised me, right? He's why I don't sound like a caveman all the time. Right? Just sometimes. He said, listen to me, my brother. And I'm telling you once, no therapist is going to help you. And a brother being your therapist is the worst thing you could have. But listen to me like we're strangers. Depression is self-aggression. It comes from a lack of identity. The blacksmith you love, the crusader, the knight knows who they are in the morning. Bradley Martyn knows what he has to do. He does it on autopilot on his depressed days. You don't have an autopilot. You will kill yourself. All of your anguish is going to come from lack of identity. You're a pickup artist. Never forget that. And I was like, what the fuck? It didn't bother me for a week.
Damn.
Didn't sleep for 2 weeks. Started screaming in my pillow saying, if I died today, I would be remembered as a pickup artist. I read for the first time in my life 100 books because I used to read half a book. I can't. 100 books. Stopped streaming. Stopped making 20,000 a month. Was making 3,000 a month. Took my girlfriend and I traveled the fucking everywhere. Expensive resorts. And I said, bitch, when I want to fuck, meet me here. Go stay at poolside, right? And she was great about it. Like when Chad's trying to talk to her, she'd be like, what? And she'd scare the fuck out of them. So I never worried about her. I just keep an eye on her. And I went through these books and I was obsessed with power because I feel like I'm going to kill myself. Hey, I need to know who rules me. The Freemasons, the Vatican, blah, blah, blah. All these corrupt institutions. Literally found out that the top don't go to, no president went to a church. They went to a temple. I'm not CIA. They went to a temple, a Masonic lodge. They learn Antichrist religions of antiquity. They learn everything attacking the cross, not Islam or the other ones they promote on the algorithm. They only attack the cross. The attack on the straight white male is attack on Christianity. It has nothing to do with the straight white male. That's the truth. When I found this out, I said, holy fuck. I thought he was Jewish. Then I found out, no, all this is hocus pocus. I read about it. I become a Christian. I convert people. I said to my brother, I have purpose now. I'm not a pickup artist. And he's like, I never thought you would have listened. And I said, why? And he said, because you're a fucking junkie. And I said, I'm a junkie? He said, all you do is go to parties with your $20,000 a month and stay with fucking degenerates. You are the people you stay with. You literally stop talking to everyone except 4 people in suits and ties who are old men, very boring people for business and stuff. And I would force myself to do this. He changed my whole life as I'm peaking, doing the best in life on Twitch. But he said, now that you're doing the best, you see that the setting changed, the couch changed, the nice car is here, the penthouse, but you are still depressed clinically. And I won't take fucking drugs and shit I'll take drugs from my dealer, not Big Pharma. He fixed my whole life. But it wasn't just him. I was 27. I was getting old. So I was like, whoa. And it poured out of me. You can change your life in 1 year because success is not linear. Next year,
it's a fact.
It's a wave. It explodes, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It also comes and goes.
Yeah. And here's the weird thing is like, success. Let's add value now. No comedy. And not that wasn't real, but success is such a fucking science. If fitness guys get what I'm saying. If Brad writes down everything he ate, who he was around, what time he slept, how many hours he slept, if you make it a science experiment for 2 weeks straight and monitor when you're winning in a good mood, when you're losing, you know exactly who to be around, what to study, how much caffeine. You know exactly by science how to repeat the day. When you repeat the day, if you're not successful that day, you just go to bed with a smile and pop an amnesia pill, pretend it never happened. Try again tomorrow and try again. And you start pinpointing it. Or especially if you write down 30 days. When I was working with Rosicrucians in a temple in Gothic Spain, because I was traveling the world, even though it was my last bit of money. I lived in Tokyo for a bit, Odaiba, Akihabara, Shinjuku, Saitama, Yokohama, all the nice places. And I was traveling the world trying to figure out who the fuck I am at 20 years old. And I was working in warehouse, so I saved a bunch of money living with my parents. And not a bunch, but enough to do this. And I was staying in small apartments and stuff. When I met up with these Rosicrucians who would find me a job and stuff like that, they weren't with Christ or anything, but they had Gnostic teachings of how to read. And they said, hey, pick up a book, go to the most interesting page, start there. Don't ever start page 1. And so they taught me how to be an adult. And
how would you find the most interesting page?
For example, Revelations has the 7-headed dragon. You and I we're boys. We want that. So I would start at the interesting part and I'd read enough to where, it's spoilers. Let me go back to the first page.
I see.
So they taught me how to be an adult, but I ran from it when my best friend was killed. Went to drugs and partying and stuff like that. And that's why when I had God and my prayer was answered, I did 500,000 views overnight. I still partied. I still fought people. And I had a black guy talking to Tyler One on a podcast on my first few weeks when I'm going viral, when I'm getting banned everywhere. This is 4 years ago almost. And I still drug dealed and did all this. And I said, whoa, after a few weeks, God's going to punish me. If he gave me not too much money, but enough to get out, I can't drug deal anymore. He's going to take all this away from me. I start changing my life, but I kept snowballing. I'm not Andrew Tate where I got all the answers. No, bro, I keep fucking up. You're going to see more fuck ups in the future, but I keep going backwards. And I'm like, holy fuck, there's nothing I can hold on to. I say God, but who the fuck am I talking to? And that Bible doesn't make any sense to me. When I studied power and who rules the world and the stuff that Andrew Tate will never mention, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, none of them, it all led me back to the cross, not the Bible, which is so interesting. And then I studied black magic and I went in a psychic revelation state, which is sleep paralysis. But I don't believe chemicals in my head are why I love my mom. I believe dream world is the spirit world. I believe, like Carl Jung said, there's no such thing as coincidences. If you stepped on a puddle, you better ponder and wonder what the fuck you stepped in. They said he's the greatest psychologist of all time who practiced witchcraft in Africa before he popped off, and he had paranormal events. And see what he said about the Bible. He worked with schizophrenics, and he would build up. This is my theory. It's in my documentary coming up. He would build up a schizophrenic to the point where they want to kill themselves, because he wanted to see if when they pull the trigger and kill themselves or drink poison or boom, he wanted to see if they're smiling and what they saw when they died. And he said, Gustav Carl Jung said, they were never smiling. He was like happy that he figured that out. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure this guy's driving his patient, because these guys would fuck their patients, right?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
It's all in my documentary and stuff.
But
I
hold on. Is this shit real?
Yes. You can YouTube it. It's the first thing that'll pop up. Carl Jung talking about schizophrenics. Look at the studies with schizophrenics having
fuck?
You know how much success exorcists have with schizophrenics versus big pharma, who has no success? They even say in Masonic monitors, if you love fentanyl, you don't love it, you don't want to take it. Someone who died from fentanyl, their spirit inhabited you and wants to pull at that addiction. It's not you that wants it. So they see the world differently. Why would people who work in the Federal Reserve and the Treasury talk about ghouls and demons unless it's real? And then why is Harry Potter? It's not like J.K. Rowling, she's kind of hot, but it's not like that bitch who have solved coagula, satanic Baphomet tattoos, alchemic demoralization tattoos. Why is Harry Potter pushed onto us? It's not for profit. It's a top-down control system, because the only conspiracy that matters is witchcraft, that it's real, that one symbol. This is why generative principle in Freemasonry, signs and symbols rule the world. According to Freemasons, one symbol can psychically change the mental plane. If you wore a mustache man symbol, from 1939, and walked into a synagogue, you start a riot. One symbol can literally start a riot, meaning spell casting is real. You can draw a spell and start a riot.
I see what you're saying.
Right. But it goes deeper than that, because these books say you could shoot a mental ray when you're good enough to kill someone from across the world. And he said it's not a joke. These are occult sciences. What was before chemistry? Alchemy. They learned about Brad, when he's depressed, his bioelectric diurnal and nocturnal pulse, boop, 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 his heart, it's making an electric field around him. When you're depressed, the aura goes down, like in Halo, right? Boop, 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 right? Oh, fuck, the elites are coming.
Your shield goes down.
Yeah. And they said it's all elemental. There's an earth sheath to your body, an earth shell, flesh. Then there's reproductive and productive generative principle, which is the fluids. And the fluids
got to be a soundbite.
The fluids. I have to make it for the youth to understand it. The fluids are shot by the astral flame, which controls motion and emotion, your soul, the fire. So we have earth, water, and fire. The last one is the one we share, the mental, which is air. And this one, CNN can infiltrate and stuff like that. Or when I was going MAGA hard, before I was dark MAGA, MAGA means you get married and have start a family. But we're more black built, so it's like we get head from an OnlyFans girl, and then we repent. Like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that with Stacey. So we're dark MAGA. We tell the truth. The mental plane is shared. That's why after this podcast, you will never be the same. For the rest of your life, you will be inching towards red pill. I've yanked you 1,000 meters this way.
You're funny, dude.
I'm telling you, they learn different stuff. We've never been taught in school that when you're depressed, you catch colds faster. Why are these people in the Federal Reserve taught that? You ever thought of that?
I mean, I don't know about what the people in the Federal Reserve are taught or not taught, but a lot of the shit you're saying is very fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And truthfully, there are things that like kind of make sense, but at times you sound a little radical.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, the truth is stranger than fiction, because fiction is only what you can imagine. So if I said, write me a storyline that's good, he'd say, oh, there's a predator and eats children. But if I came to you with, in 2001, let's say, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
I mean, our real world is insane.
The real world is way more intense than fiction. And that's how you know that there's demonic forces. But it is interesting to me that everything we're taught in school is, I hate saying this, but it's useless.
Oh, I don't hate saying that. I think it's very true.
Well, I don't want them to fail. I still want them to have good grades.
Yeah. Well, they have to because you got to kind of jump through these hoops. But like, yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing I can look back to that I learned in school and was like, that really helped me.
I remember.
There's nothing.
You probably remember this. There was kids who dropped out.
Except using a calculator, which is just on my phone now.
Even that. Did you know teachers were fighting to get the calculator banned because it makes you dumber? It actually makes you dumber. Like autocorrect. You don't know how to spell a word and you're fucking, I'm 29. I don't know how to spell this. Necessary always gets me.
Damn, I'm a necessary is that word.
That one fucks me up. I hate autocorrect doesn't even fucking come sometimes.
Oh, I hate that fucking
word.
And I felt that one.
But think about our age. We still haven't figured it out because of autocorrect. It keeps you dumb.
They got me, dude. Steve Jobs, he got me.
I'm telling you, it's autocorrect. Anything that like makes your is a welfare in your life system
easier. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's like if you're a rich guy and you have girls around you all the time, it makes you worse with girls. Worse, because when you're hungry and you don't have them around you, you monitor everything you're doing. No, shut the fuck up. Zherka told me to tell you shut the fuck up. You know what you're doing. How many guys in Calabasas are rich and they got yachts and the bitches don't? They want to stay in my trap house and they don't even do drugs. These girls are boring.
Damn, I have a crazy story like that. I can't even tell it.
Do it because we're flowing right now. You know what flow state is?
Yeah.
It means I won't be able to do this on another podcast for like weeks. That's how I am. And I have a Rosicrucian method of getting into this mode. That's why it's so abrasive and rude and forward. I went on a 4-hour hike, fully exhausted, fatigued. The most pressure. I don't want to talk to Bradley. I'm tired. That's when I perform the best. That's why, Brad, I don't want to be like the guy who never leaves the house, the coke head, the meth head who never leaves the house. Keep rolling. We're going to get a million fucking clips. You're getting rich today. Sneeko said he's making 20,000 an episode off me. You could make more.
20,000 off what? On the...
If I appear on this once, he would make, no, he said more. I think it was like 100. I don't want to leak it, but I'm like, yo, Sneeko, I've juiced you enough. It's time to suck off Brad. So don't say I'll call Zherka tomorrow because I want some pizza and I'm going catabolic. Use me right now. Keep going. And I have topics in case you run out that you want to ask. Go ahead.
No, there is a story like you said about this this idea of like women wanting like the more direction, right? Because the rich guy with all the money versus like the person who's just like really fucking grinding, like people just wanting to be around that. Because I actually have a crazy story when I was broke as fuck. Like,
when was that? Because before you were on YouTube, you were making good money. You were the top trainer. Everyone wanted you booked up.
Yeah. This is in the beginning of training. So I was like 20, must have been 21, 22.
We got to have a series where you train me for 10 days. Because, dude, when I'm on cycle, I get ripped quick.
You want to get on cycle and train?
Only if it's DECA only because I want to keep my hair.
Not DECA only.
Oh, dude.
Test.
I lost 40% of my hair density. Derek got it back from me. I had holes in my head. I'll show you photos. Derek literally reached out. You know how he's like $2,000 consultation?
Yeah.
He did it all for free. He said, look, man, the cycles you run with no tests and stuff, he said, get off all that. Let's get clean a year and a half. No amphetamines, no Adderall, no blow. I did 2 years, none of it. I got 40%. I documented it all. It was, he wanted more blood flow to the scalp. He wanted finasteride, but I'm extreme. So I went to dutasteride, which is for prostate cancer. It's 90% block of DHT. And apparently you can block it at the hair follicles because miniaturization or a dead DNA going gray hair, these are all bad. He's like, you want the gray one, you can't end, but he wanted the miniaturization to stop. And I was a hyper responder to Rogaine, but I was abusing it. So my heart rate was going up with this shit, but staying clean.
Even topically? Rogaine? You're talking about you taking pills. You have this shit in your black bag right over here? What the fuck? Why? What the fuck, dude?
This is sponsorship.
Why do...
No, it's not.
Why do you have Rogaine in that bag?
Because when I found out I'm a hyper responder, I said, I don't care about my heart rate. I want my hair back. And you got to remember, a narcissist who, my religion was Dragon Ball growing up. Yeah, so hair was the source of my power.
Damn.
And
that's
deep. Bro, and it wasn't like, I finally understood that the central nervous system being stressed does not actually kill the hair. Neither does the DHT. All of that happens when your girlfriend breaks up with you. That month, poof, poof, poof. And bro, my mom was hysterically crying. I have photos of big bald spots all around my head. And it was receding from rapidly aging on roids, miniaturization, diffuse thinning.
But no, hold on.
No crowning.
Why do you have Rogaine in your bag with you?
Because I apply
actually.
I apply it.
But like you don't leave it at your hotel?
No, because when people want to come up and take a photo with me on the street,
you squirt it on your head?
Yes, because once it's already in me, like I put a lot, with the second amount I do dries up quick for some reason, and it actually like brings a new volume to it. But when I show you these photos, you're gonna be like, whoa. And I prayed so hard. It barely worked for 2 years. But
so Rogaine and prayers.
My old hair was so much better, bro. And imagine I ran with Proviron every single DHT compound without test. How stupid was I? Test is bad for hair too, by the way.
Yeah, no, let me go pee real quick.
Hell yeah. We are flowing. All right. While we're here, I want you guys to know one thing. If you see me lower energy on other podcasts, it's probably because I don't know them well or haven't watched them or don't respect them as much. Not because I was like, oh, you're a pussy, but it's pretty much like, dude, I don't know if you're my enemy, if you're going to run a hit piece. Brad, he's the type to spaz on me in the middle of the pod. That's what I need. Because if Brad went live after and said, this guy's a fucking crackhead, fentanyl addict, then I wouldn't give him all this. I'm telling you, if I'm talking a lot on your podcast and juicing you, it's because you're not blue pill. And everyone's like, you're the fucking moral arbiter of blue pill, red pill. I'm ashamed my community said Brad is blue. They're like, he's not going to answer the whore question. All of them will answer it. He just answered it quickly. Josh, how am I fucking doing? Josh, no cap. Get on camera, bro. Are we allowed to bring people on? This is my analytics guy. Yeah. Who's the last guy you had on podcast? Sneeko? Am I beating him? Yeah, I'm fucking destroying that little bitch. Brad, I'm telling you, you will never have a more intense podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know why?
Why?
Very rare that someone lets me go off. You literally leaning back saying, I don't care. Why? Don't you have sponsors you lose?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to edit some of it for sure. But I'm curious. I want to hear what you have to say.
I don't know. You didn't edit much of Sneeko. Sneeko said you used all of it.
For the most part, yeah.
You guys are very fair. You guys are like Adam 22. You want to hear the most hypocritical thing? The most honest people are hypocrites, right? Because we're all hypocrites. It's to a degree. If you're 100%, it's cringe. If you're 70%, But what was I saying? Right. If you were on my podcast, when you search my podcast on Twitch, I wouldn't let you say anything of what you said. If you watch my old clips when I was making $20,000 a month, hey, stop it. Hey, what'd you say? You said black people like to dance. You're banned. And my community knows what I'm like. They know I'm trying to get out of debt. And I tell them, guys, I'm not fake. This is only going to be for 4 months, but it was really almost 8 months because they kept banning me. That's what I'm saying. You look way more real than if you were on my shit with 2,000 viewers. You'd have been like, what the fuck? He's not letting me say shit. This guy's the ultimate liberal. But I needed to get out of debt. I needed it. And
so you were acting super liberal?
No, not acting, but I just was never this where you lean back and you have way too much to lose. So I'm like, damn, you Adam 22 and stuff. Because Adam 22 said, it's not like I agree with you. Just want to hear you talk. But I'm like, there's this pressure that everyone feels. When you and Adam don't feel it, genuinely, I get to be my best form. Because I could be boring sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bro, like,
wait,
yeah.
Can I get a water bottle? Or hey, what do you got in there?
No, that's more energy drink. Check that fridge right there. But yeah, man. Like at the end of the day, like obviously, like the same thing. You're talking to Adam. Like I don't necessarily agree with everything. I don't know. Like I like the stuff the holes you've gone down, like conspiracy wise and all this. Like I haven't gone down those same holes. I'm just genuinely interested to hear what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like do it. I'm like I want to hear what you have to say.
Who's the craziest person you've had on besides me? Sneeko.
Yeah, probably you and him.
Who else have you had on? Because this year I couldn't watch any content. I've just worked.
I've had a ton of people on, but no, like
did you have Alex Jones on?
Fuck.
Sandy Hook is pretty rough, right?
Fuck yeah. That's the thing. It's like I watched some of your content and was like, let me see what this guy has to say, and I was just interested in it.
Yeah, no. Everyone said stop what you're doing. I had so much to do in Florida. They said stop what you're doing. Because you and Bradley's conversation is not going to be cracking the internet. you won't be able to do it when they start painting you as the villain. Because then Bradley's going to be like, why am I doing favors for this guy when this guy thinks I'm blue pill and blah, blah, blah. And we were wrong. You answered it because we have a litmus test. We have a fucking question. What is a whore? You know, like, what is a woman? And you answered it right away. So I'm like, now I got to ban a lot of people. Like, there are some names who are putting up money that you were not going to answer. So, but it's like an inner circle of 30 guys, 30 crypto fascists who just give me a bunch of money. But I'm not banning them. I want their money. But, but I'm telling you, dude, there's no way you're not an antisocial guy in LA because, and I think you are, like, you built a nest, you chill here more. That's what I think. Bro, don't say names because, you know, you're not a snake, but I am. But there's no way you chill with these LA influencers. If I can't stand them, you're not sitting there fucking on test, fucking listening. They're lying. I want a woman with, you know, higher intelligence. You know that LA shit that YouTubers say? I'm going to say Fuzi. I don't want to say it.
I love Youssef. That's my guy.
I haven't met him, so I just want to
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Clickbait.
That's my guy.
Because he told me Youssef was your first collab ever.
Yeah, it was the one of the.
How? You have talent. He doesn't.
Well, he was already on YouTube, and I was big on Instagram. And then I knew he was a YouTuber, and I was like, oh, I want to get into YouTube. And I was like, he was the biggest at the time.
And you trained him.
I met him at a celebrity football game. I was like, yo, I want to start YouTube. And
what is he on? He's shredded boxing, and
man.
He's on something.
I don't know. I don't think he's on it.
I've never thought he'd bounce back after those Ahmed streams. This guy's shredded.
Is he shredded now? He's losing weight again now.
No, the boxing fight is the last time I saw him. He had a boxing match.
Oh, he was shredded. He was shredded. And he gained it all back again. He's done that for time.
That didn't. First of all, when you diet, this is why people yo-yo and put it back on so quick. A diet is a psychological stress, and I'd even say trauma because it changes your worldview. You have to live in a different way, right? If you diet for 4 months, psychologically, to be healthy, you have to eat normal or like shit, like all of us, for 4+ months, 4, 5, 6. That's why people put it back on, because it has to be a lifestyle. Like, you can just do it on autopilot, right? Fuzi's been ripped before, but
he's gone through waves.
This last one was not ripped. He was, when he had a six-pack, I think he's 25 pounds under his six-pack form. I've never seen him this peeled, and I know he's on something, but I know he's running cardio out the ass. But that would make me a string bean. I don't know how he kept on lean body mass with the goat fucker genetics.
Probably
he has good genetics.
Yeah, he's good. He has good genetics, though.
But not for temperament of fighting, and he's not that fast twitch and explosive. But to me, it's like, I've never thought when he was his most jacked on gear, I know it was less gear. I think it's very little this time, just more hard work. He's 25 pounds leaner. You can see it. And people are like, no way. But when you get ripped, another 25 is shredded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And people are like, it's not 25. It is.
Yeah, no, he was really lean. He's gained weight back, and he's now losing weight again.
That was the most impressive transformation, because his peak 4 years ago or whatever, when he was losing his mind, was fucking everyone's dream bod. Now, bro, his lower abs are cut. You know how hard that is to do?
It's hard as fuck.
You have good genetics, because why I used to go extreme is I have like basketball player genetics.
Yeah.
I bet you anything, because people in my community are like, Brad blast like 2 grams. No, I'll bet you anything he can maintain this frame with 500 mgs a test. So if you're on trend, what happens? You get more cut up? Because some people say you go flat if you're this big on trend.
No, why would you go flat?
Because that, you know how you're only full for when I was on trend, I'd only look good for 1 hour. They say on paper it's 4 times test.
Yeah, well, it's like 10 times it. I was always afraid of it. To be honest, I always had like pretty shitty anxiety in regards to like dying in relationship to gear. I was always afraid of going too hard.
Yeah, no, on trend, I would stop at the park and start crying for no reason, and then get this surge of let's just go to the gym. And it was very weird. Or I would never want to fuck my girlfriend, but I just needed to protect her. Like, who's at the fucking door? What was that? And my dick was steel. So when I was cheating and stuff well, I've never cheated on a girlfriend, but if you're dating me, I'm cheating on you. If you're not claiming me as your boyfriend, you're getting cheated on, whore. I don't give a fuck.
Then you're not getting cheated on. You're just
you date a girl and let her fuck another
No, I'm saying if she's not, no, bro. What the fuck?
Thought I was gonna get up and leave.
Fuck no, Jesus Christ. No. If you're not, it's not your girl, then like you're fucking other girls, like she's not necessarily cheated on. No,
I think a high value male hurts her. Like if you did that, you're gonna hurt them, bro. Like think about it. If you met Amy and she's hot, and then you're with Becky the next day, Amy's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" So it's kind of cheating. Like you're hurting the bitch, right? And do you immediately say, "I'm your boyfriend"? Are you like me?
No.
So that means she's literally getting piped as you're taking her out to lobster. Because there has to be a conversation like, "Bitch, you're not making me look bad. You're not fucking my optics."
That's fair. Yeah.
You have that conversation?
I mean, fuck, man. I think because when I was younger and like, earlier on, I was just kind of like, because I was doing more shit that I wasn't as like, hey, what are you doing?
No. Right now, do you?
No, if I'm dating someone right now, if I'm saying like, hey, I'm dating you, like that's it.
Bitch, if you're dating Bradley Martyn and you're just, I don't know what we are right now. You know what you are? You're done. He's going to leave you. If you imagine she gets all this and she's like, well, I don't know if he likes me. I'm going to go out with this fucking TED guy. Bro, he'll be on a TED Talks one day and you'll miss out on $100 million Fortune 500 company, you dumb bitch. I'm telling you, it's not cringe to say, no, I'm high value. You're not fucking dating no one. And she goes, what am I, your girlfriend? I don't know, but you're not. I'll tell you what you are. You're fucking not leaving this house ever.
Not leaving this house ever.
Oh, we have the same stretch marks. I never even noticed that. Yours aren't that. Oh, they're huge.
Yeah.
Your stretch marks they're not even noticeable when you keep it down, but when you do that,
yeah,
man, mine are ugly as fuck. And I look way small. That's why I'm sitting all the way here.
Yeah,
fuck that
I
shit.
noticed.
But yo, check this out. Immediately when I meet a girl, I tell her, yo, I'm jealous. Like I even have dreams like I'm jealous. And she goes, of what? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just or I'll just be chilling playing fucking Halo. I'll be like, man, the arbiter left it all.
Yeah, right? You're a dumb fuck.
Yeah, I'll be ignoring her just thinking of the game. And I'll be like, oh, the arbiter just left it all. What a badass. Yeah. And then I'll turn to her and I'll be like, I'm jealous. Sit down. And they'd get used to it. And they'd be like, I don't know why he's jealous, but I'm going to sit down. Their dream is to be put in a bird cage and told to shut the fuck up.
No, dude, I'm telling you. No. How do I have
Brad, you've met every YouTuber in the game. When you watch my clips, you're going to be like, whoa, this guy has so much more success than like Hassan Piker, for example. We went on a date, me, him, and Mia Malkova. And I told you,
Hassan and Mia Malkova
at TwitchCon. Did you watch that VOD?
I didn't see it. No,
because I was one of the stars of Streamlabs booth, but I didn't have an uncle who made me famous like him. So I had to grind. And I was just getting girls off my charm. And he has like money, status, and all that, but he sucks with women. Now he's good. Now he's fucking the bitches I like. He's doing great now. He's taking them down. And he looks at the camera and goes, it's just sex. It's just a handshake. Like he knows that he's hurting their feelings and yes. Abandoning them. But it took him years to get good with girls. Bro, I studied this shit. I'm number one. And if I died, 100 years will pass. No one's beating me.
No.
But check it out. Brad,
fuck up.
Name one YouTuber better than me with women. Let's put $10,000 on it. Clip for clip.
If this wasn't
10,000,
it would be me.
You have clips?
No.
That means you have to do it live.
I'm just saying I could beat you guaranteed.
You're not manipulative.
I could beat you on this.
You're a nice guy. You're not. Nice guys finish last. Are you manipulative with women?
I was.
You were a bad guy. Like
I was my mid-20s, man. I was a scumbag. Like if we were doing it then, yeah, I got you.
That means so. Were you having 3 girls sucking your dick at the same time? All that, like rapper shit.
I can't say.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is, I have it down to a science, and I don't want to just sell a book like everyone. The one thing, Hassan Piker and I kind of look alike and stuff. But why I did so much better than him or anyone else on Twitch or YouTube, the one thing, the missing variable that no YouTuber has, toxic masculinity. Jeez. So they love it. If I'm getting away with murder.
That's how I was, man. I was that way.
You're not that way now.
You're not
a jealous guy?
I mean, of course. Like, yeah, of course I'm not saying like I'm not ever jealous.
Like, how are you jealous? Do you yell at her?
No,
you don't say like, yo,
I can't. You can't.
If she likes a dude's photo, a nerdy dude's photo, I can't just give it up that I'm jealous.
What if your girl liked my photo?
Honestly, I would be on Al Jazeera, bro.
You're such a dumb.
if your girl liked my photo, you'd feel good about that. You would fucking lose it, bro. You'd say, hey, pass that guillotine, it's her turn. What are you talking about? Are you telling me you would just take it? Yo, you like the sexist Zherka's photo?
It's just so funny. Dude, I'm going to get your girl to like my photos.
It's happened.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when we wear hats, we look so alike, but I lost the mask. So literally when they'd say budget Bradley Martyn for a year, and she would copy it from the chat when she was mad at me. She's like, oh, you're a fucking budget broke Bradley. I want to say her name so bad right now. And she's not even a fan of you. She don't even like you. She just said it to get at me.
Damn, that's vicious.
She doesn't watch any YouTuber.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's tough.
No, it's not tough. It'd make me juice up and start getting really fucking verbally abusive on steroids, right?
Wow,
I'd say, you starting to look like your mother, bitch.
Whoa.
You know, yeah, I was a bad guy. And you know what's the beautiful part? Nothing's changed. I am still verbally abusive because I realized, check this out, Brad. They don't leave me. Anytime I'm verbally abusive, they never leave the verbally abusive.
That's because you're talking about fucking with young girls who haven't learned better yet.
No, they're all 25.
Oh, okay.
I had one 18-year-old, this one, and then the 4 other girls that weekend because I didn't know 18's so fucking hot. When I fucked her, I was like, whoa, I've been missing out for 9 years or 8 years when I started getting sexually active. Okay, I'm going to start fucking teenagers. Best decision I ever made. Dude, I'm telling you, we just watch anime all day and we never talk. We're just doing this. Stop it. You're touching me.
But is that fulfilling?
Actually, yeah, because when I go to work, it actually feels like I'm a crusader and I have a virgin wife, even though she's not a virgin. She's that one guy, and the dude's like, hey, I love Jon Zherka. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with this, right? Actually, I'm kind of glad her ex was a fan. That's better than a virgin, right? You hit it first. I don't want to deal with a hymen. That's blood. That's blood magic.
This is 100% how we end the podcast. We have to end it there, right?
Wait, before we end,
what?
My guy, I told you I'd bring you value.
What is it?
I have topics in case you want, because when I come back next time, it won't be this much energy because I only one present at a time. Okay. And I'm charging you, right? This is a $10,000 pod.
Okay.
Check this out. Okay. Oh, wow. You asked all these questions. Oh, you killed it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We even talked about Aiden and you watched all that. Okay. Wow. You're good at this.
I'm okay at it.
You got me to leak too much. There's some stuff you're cutting out for me, right?
There's some shit we're cutting out for sure.
The stuff that I asked for. There was one part where I wanted you.
Yeah, you know, we're cutting that out. We're cutting that out.
Because I'm not done yet. The mission's not over. That makes it sound like I'm a school. Tell him I'm a good guy.
I don't know.
Well, don't endorse me, but tell him I'm not a fucking shooter.
I don't think you're going to shoot anyone.
What we're cutting out is just a comedic bit. It's not serious.
Yeah, I don't think you're a shooter.
I'm not a psychopath.
I don't know. I'm not 100% certain yet.
Like, can you ever see the news? Jon Zherka beats up his 18-year-old girlfriend.
That'd be terrible, dude. I could see that.
You could see that happening?
I could see that happen based on everything you said.
It means I got good blow. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but it'll never happen. You know why? Never fight a woman, because you'll never, ever, and I'm not lying, you'll never hear the end of it.
And you'll never win, too.
Really? Ronda Rousey with Zherka? Fucking butcher.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we're out of here. Subscribe to the channel, turn the post notifications. I love you guys. Appreciate you for coming, bro. Yeah, that was it. Wow. Might quite possibly the most toxic podcast I've ever fucking done.
Can I get a cigarette break?